Holy shit, he's hot. What the
Blue is
man?
hot. Blue is a hot motherfucker. I'm telling you right now. He got me feeling a certain way sometimes. You know, I'm straight, but you know, he got me.
Get it?
I got mixed feelings on
we're
top
done.
of this
All right.
man. All right, so you guys want me to cover the Calpheon ball?
Yeah. So
mainly?
yeah. So we're gonna.
Can we talk about Twitch closing because it sucks?
Yeah. Honestly, we should probably lead off with Twitch closing first.
Well,
Can you ask Yum Yum what his thoughts are on Twitch closing and what he's gonna do in February?
연비언님 일단은 저 그 트위치가 이제 한국에서 빠져나가잖아요. 일단 트위치 쪽 먼저 얘기하고 싶대요. 그래서 한국 스트리머로서 일단 의견과 어떻게 할 건지 앞으로. 예.
일단
예.
기존에 방송을 하시던 이제 팔로워가 많으신 분들은
네.
저희 한국에서는 두 가지 선택지가 있습니다.
그렇죠?
이제 뭐 두 개 다 한국 고유의 방송 플랫폼이긴 한데
A사랑 N사인가?
A사랑 N사.
네.
그래서 저는 아마 높은 확률로 N사로 갈 것 같아요. 저는.
N사. 오케이.
This class seems really easy, guys. All of these skills are just holding down an extra button.
개인적으로 어떻게 이게 좀 합당하다고 생각해요? 이렇게 갑자기 이렇게 빠져나가는 게 트위치가?
솔직히 말하자면은
broken?
저희
It seems extremely low APM, very easy to play, lots of accuracy, very tanky.
좋게 보진 않죠. 아쉽죠. 저희는 트위치가 되게 마음에 들고 좋은데.
Yeah, hi Liquid, thank you for that. Yeah, so he's saying that he thinks, you know, he's not happy about it, but there's nothing he can do about it either, and it's mainly because of in Korea we have a monopolized. This is my input. We have a monopolized data service. We have KT, SKT, and then a couple others, so they can kind of control the fees of data usage and all that. And the government, yeah, it's a business, I get it, but because of that, they could kind of bully other foreign companies off to keep high maintenance and just keep everything like in house for Korea. Obviously, it's the state agenda for Korea, and he has two choices in Korea. A lot of people that have he's saying for people who have a large following, they still have a choice, which is Company A and Company N. Am I allowed to say those companies' names?
I guess so.
Yeah, so it's Africa TV, and Naver has their streaming platform too.
Okay.
And those are the go-to that a lot of Korean streamers will have to rely on. And he's Yambiam is leaning more towards going to Company N, Naver, for streaming.
Okay,
which
so
it's sad because he doesn't have a choice. He's forced to, right?
What about Kick and YouTube though? Kick and YouTube are much bigger platforms in this regard.
Oh yeah,
ask him about those two.
Yeah. 혹시 그 유튜브나 킥은 아예 생각 안 해보셨나요? 그 훨씬 더 자리는 잡혀 있잖아요. 글로벌.
일단 유튜브는 그 방송 딜레이 이제
오케이.
방송 딜레이 때문에 이제 소통하는 방송보다는 이제 그냥 보여주는 게 위주가 되는 방송이다 보니까 검은 사막 방송으로는 적절하지 않다고 생각해요. 저희들은. 그리고 킥은 한국에서는 활성화가 안 돼 있어서.
Blue, why are you nodding your head like you understand?
Well, no, it's because I'm reading chat too. Okay, I got translating going on.
얀비언님 계속 해주세요. 얀비언님 계속 말씀해주세요. 왜냐면은 뭐 이해하는 것처럼 블루가 계속 끄덕끄덕거리길래 어이가 없어가지고.
일단 킥은 저희 나라에서 활성화가 안 돼 있어요. 저희 나라에서 잘 모르는 분도 있을 거예요. 킥이라는 사이트 자체를.
일바. 한국 분이 계시네? 이렇게 될 수도 있잖아, 어떻게 보면.
그런데 이제 아무래도
위험성이
대상 자체, 시청자층 자체가 외국인보다는 한국이니까 한국 사람들은.
Okay. So he's saying, YouTube, you think there's too much like of a delay, and it's more like you can show them what you're doing, but you can't really interact with the community, is the way he feels about the YouTube streaming. And for Kick, he's saying there is basically a non-existent Korean viewership as of now. It's not really well known or utilized by Koreans.
Okay, so they're all going to Naver.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay. You're muted. If you are still addressing chat. Yeah.
Okay, so they're all going to Naver. Yeah. Okay. All right, that makes sense.
Not all, but yeah, they have the choice between Naver and Africa. And I think most of them from Twitch are going to go to Naver. Because they're on Twitch because this is kind of an assumption, but I do know a few people who have stated it. They're on Twitch because they don't like to be on Africa. So I'm assuming that most people on Twitch who have a following will try to go to Naver's platform. Yeah.
Okay.
That's a safe assumption. Yeah.
I watch a decent amount of Africa for the GSL, which is the Global StarCraft 2 League.
Yeah. They host a lot of those stuff.
Yeah. But I have not watched it very recently, but I've watched a fair amount of it in the past. Okay. Well, I mean, it's good to know he's going to be okay. He doesn't have to move or anything. He's just going to move over. Has he started multi-streaming to Naver already? Like, because that's probably a really smart thing to do.
이미 그 동시 방송 시작하셨나요? 네이버 쪽이랑? 그걸 물어보네요.
아니요, 아직 거기
아직?
서비스 시작은 안 했고.
아, 맞아. 3월부터 된다고 했나, 그게?
정식 서비스는 언제인지 모르겠 일단 18일이었나? 12월 18일 내일부터 베타 서비스가 시작될 겁니다, 아마.
Okay. Okay, so he's saying that Naver actually didn't launch officially yet, and their beta streaming services will be launching tomorrow. So he will be trying to do the multi-streaming starting tomorrow.
Okay, well that's good.
Yeah,
that's good on him. Yeah, no, we'll
still a couple months.
Yeah, we'll still try to do. I'll probably multi-stream to like YouTube or Kick. For United Nations podcasts beyond February.
United Nations, I think probably YouTube's better because more Koreans watch YouTube than Kick.
Okay, well then we can just refer them over to my YouTube then. That's fine. Totally fine. Okay, so now on to the matter of business at hand here, the Calpheon ball.
Oh boy,
he is a PvPer, so let's start with the bad stuff. I want to know. I want to know what he thinks before. Don't try to insinuate that we think it's bad. What does he think of the PvP changes that were presented in the Calpheon ball, both for Node Wars and for Siege?
Okay, so you don't want me to insinuate the NA side at all?
Not yet. I just want to see his raw opinion. Yeah.
Okay, and I'm just curious. Is Jason more on the PvP side or all around side or more like casual?
Nah, more PvP.
PvP, gotcha. Okay.
It's mainly Node Wars, Siege, solar content.
Oh, got it. I love your accent. Damn, making me feel kind of way. Sorry, 얌비암님, 그 일단 이제 연회에 대해서 어떻게 생각하는데 일단은 북미 측 반응을 알리지 말고 일단 한국 측이랑 얌비암님 PvP 유저로서의 의견을 듣고 싶대요.
저희
연회 어땠어요? 솔까 honestly.
저는 최악인 것 같아요. 최악. 네, 최악인 것 같아요. 저희 기준으로는.
네네네.
Look at the accuracy rate on these skills.
신규 유저분들 이제 게임을 시작하시는 분들 입장에서는 좋다고 느껴질 수 있는데 이제 기존 유저들 저희 같은 유저들 입장에서는 변한 게 없어서 전 최악이라 생각합니다 이번 연에.
Yeah. He's saying he thinks it's the worst Calpheon ball he's ever seen up to date. Especially coming from veteran players and PvP side. He thinks it's the worst he's seen so far of all the Calpheon balls he's seen.
Okay. Yeah. Can he honestly, Jason, let's pivot over to Jason. Jason, as an EU PvPer, you obviously don't necessarily represent the EU scene as a whole. How do you feel about the PvP changes specifically, Node War and Siege?
I must say I did actually contact like the guild leads of the top 3 EU Siege guilds yesterday evening when you hit me up to get like a little bit of a representative answer at least.
Nice.
They were lying though mostly, I must admit. It is basically they're taking away a lot of skill aspects from Node War and Siege as a whole, so the more higher-end guilds dislike it a lot. Obviously, we're all up for trying, but from the things we have seen, there's plenty of things that we dislike. I mean, do we need to talk about the last hit gets the region type of system,
gosh,
right?
Bro, what is that?
It's so random.
I know, dude.
Whoever came up with that is just... It just makes no sense, right? So taking away a huge amount of skill effect, which, I mean, many guilds have practiced for years, and just like neglecting a lot of the work that's got put in. Yeah. And it's catering to a lot of new players. And it's a bit too much, I think, because like tier 1, 2, etc. It's already catering to like very new players. The entry level is already very low, right? But removing it from like all tiers of Node 1 now, it's frustrating for the experienced players.
No, I completely agree.
As
You're eliminating
kind of newbie
games.
/ like a newer player, like 4 or 5 months, can I put in my input too about the Node?
Absolutely, go ahead.
I think so. Like for a new player, I can't speak for all, but for a new player who's aspiring to be a PvP player towards the end game, it does really. I realize it's not fun to look forward to because it's good for like newer entry, the less barrier to entry and stuff. But then I was looking forward to learning all the hard stuff, right? And getting into like a hardcore Node Warring guild and learning all the shot calling and then all the ins and outs, building and all that. But now all that's gone, so like there's less to work towards also at the same time. Yeah, it's easier to get into in the beginning, but then there's also what are you going to work towards the end game, like long-term wise. And that's how I feel as a new player. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, no, I would convey the same message. I was talking with the Barcode members today. I've talked with some of the members of the Boys and a few other guilds in North America. Obviously, I don't speak for everyone. but I can say
Sorry.
that like
Oh, yeah,
most
keep going.
people, most people are very skeptical. Like we're skeptically optimistic of the node war changes. It could work, but like I'll be on 90% chance that fails. 90% chance that does not go well. And the more egregious thing is Siege, in my opinion. I actually felt that the Siege changes were even worse than the proposed node war changes, just because you're talking about the worst part of Siege, like the laggiest part of Siege is when you're sieging the castle, right? Like that's when you're pushing people out of the castle. Everyone's stacked on top of each other, and they are trying to prolong the laggiest, worst, least fun part of Siege by giving like the castle more castle defense like antics to the people defending the castle, whether you can ally other guilds that are on the region or you've got a dragon. I actually like the dragon. I think the dragon is really cool. But like prolonging that aspect of Siege I think is really bad. And I do not think that the node war changes are going to work. I think from a PvP perspective, I completely agree with him. I think this Calpheon ball was a huge L overall.
Yeah. Okay. Now I'm gonna say it in Korean now real quick. Yeah, sorry. 그래서 블루님이랑 그 EU 쪽에 제이슨님께서 EU 쪽에서 말씀한 거 일단 EU 쪽에서는 제이슨이 일단 이거 정말 너무 마음에 안 들어요. 점령정. 정말 그 후반 콘텐츠를 약간 망쳤다. 특히 PP 측에서. 왜냐면은 이제 신규 플레이어들한테도 뭔가 목적지가 있어야 되는데 신규 플레이어 위주로 맞추다 보면은 이제 후반 콘텐츠가 사라지는 거죠. 계속 뭔가 수시로 배우고 이런 재미가 있어야 끝까지 하잖아요. 오래오래 하는 거잖아요.
그렇죠.
그걸 다 삭제해버리니까 안 좋고 이제 블루 측에서도 너무 이게 그쪽을 맞추다 보니까 일단 아니 블루 측은 이미 많이 들어봤으니까 똑같은 항상 말하는 점령정을 이런 식으로 가면 안 된다 였어요. 근데 좀 길어져서 사실 까먹었거든요. 근데 그래서 중간에 끊으려 했는데 너무 패셔네트하게 가지고 근데 저번이랑 비슷한 말이에요. 저희가 모두 알고 있는 어쨌든 반대. EU도 반대, 북미도 완전 반대. 이번 점령전 체인지. 특히 공성도 망쳐져. 공성도 너무 지금 망할 것 같다는.
Thanks. Welcome back for 3 months, man. It's tier 1.
조금 희망은 있대요.
I really appreciate that, man. Thank you so much, buddy.
확률을 망하지 않을까라고 했어요, 블루가.
You're an absolute specimen. Welcome back, man.
이게 점령전이 저희 나라 한국 기준으로 패치하는 것 같은 게 지금 그때 말씀드렸잖아요. 저희는 최상위권 길드가 3개밖에 없다고.
네네네.
근데 이번 연애 이후로 그중 한 곳이 해체했습니다. 그래서 단 2길드밖에 안 남은 상황에서 이제 어떻게든 점령전에
They're talking about him drawing. They're talking about him drawing on the board.
Okay.
Yo, they meme pretty hard in KR, man. Bro, they're memeing kind of hard.
He definitely thinks that these node war changes came in through to cater towards Korea, because remember Blue, the last time we had the UN, he told us that there was only 3 guilds.
Yeah.
In the higher tiers, he said now it's 2 guilds. 1 guild is dead now. They left. So there's only 2 guilds for the T4 5 plus node wars in Korean servers. So he's for sure thinking that these crazy drastic node war changes are coming in response to the Korea's node war scene. And one thing that irked me was Jay, I don't know if you guys caught it, and I don't know if the actual official channel caught it, but I was doing my translations too during the Calpheon ball. Jay said, looking at across all servers, node war seems to have the same problem.
I
said that's so not true. Yeah, I was like that's not true at all. That's not true at all.
Yeah.
Like NA seems fine. You know?
NA seems
even as
fun.
I get to watch you guys in higher tiers. It seems fun and fine. And I was playing T1s and everything seemed fine. So I don't know why they thought EU and NA also had the similar problems as KR, which we did not, did we?
No, we don't. Like, are we struggling in Node Wars and Siege? No, I wouldn't say we're struggling any more than we were 6 months ago. I think we're fine. Like we have a pretty healthy amount of guilds on the scene and like doing stuff. There were 2 different Siege fights this week. There was 7 or 8. There were like 7 or 8 guilds on Balanos, and then there was a 3v3 on Medaya as well. And yeah, there were 2 guilds just sitting in castle, but I would say that that's about as good as it's going to get, like overall for like the Siege scene. So I think like, and then NA overall in terms of like Node Wars, I think we have a pretty healthy amount of guilds that do Node Wars. Like, yeah, we could use a few more. It kind of sucks that Crawling Chaos died. We lost our number 4 guild. You can probably tell him that. We lost our number 4 guild since we last talked. They retired. and so NA lost a pretty big pillar to its community as well. But overall, the scene is actually doing pretty well. Like, it's doing very acceptably well.
So who did we? Can you say one more time? Who did
We lost. We lost Crawling Chaos.
A top tier?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
really?
number
What happened
4.
to CC?
They retired, dude.
Okay. Damn time. Okay. So 북미에서는 일단 전혀 문제가 없었거든요.
Hey Garnier, how you
전형적으로.
doing, man?
즉 가장 강 길드
Good to see you,
여러 개
buddy.
중에서 한 길드가 좀 죽어가긴 했어요. 은퇴를 했는데 그거 말고는 점령전은 수월히 잘 진행되고 있었고 콘텐츠 잘 됐고 예를 들면 블루님 방송을 보시면 매주 저희 시간 일요일이죠. 근데 북미 시간 토요일 밤 매주 점령전 신나게 하고 있거든요.
Fuck out of my
아까
chat.
정성이랑
사람 많은 거 봤어요.
예. 그래서 이렇게 되면은 이제 좀 곤란해지는 거죠.
Actually, can you allow last a question for both Blue and Yambiam? Because I don't know how it is for other regions, but in EU, because Blue mentioned guilds retiring and Yambiam as well, the third guild retiring. For EU, it's mostly if an alliance like retires or
Mods, you can untime him
breaks
out.
up
I
or
was
something.
muting.
The guilds usually keep doing PvP. It's just mostly that either there's a different variety of alliances, like different guilds just make a new alliance and then the same guild stay in, or if an actual full guild retires, the people still end up just joining a different guild, right? So the amount of players in PvP in EU usually doesn't change too much if a guild breaks down. It's just the players go either to different guilds or there's new alliances formed by different guilds.
That's actually
How's
very
that on other
interesting.
regions?
I think does
like-
it happen in NA? And I'll ask how it happens in KR.
Yeah, in NA, when a guild retires, like Crawling, I would say about 40 or 50% of the guild just stops playing, and like that's it. We lose like 40%, and then the other like 60-ish% of players go to various
find a new
siege guilds,
guild.
and they find a new guild, whatever. But like, yeah, we definitely see a dip in like the overall players when we see a guild retire like that. Like Black Rose did the same thing.
Yeah, but for you're saying that EU, a large portion of the retired guild will find a new guild, correct, and continue the PvP content.
Usually,
right?
yeah.
Usually, got it.
Like most of the players just join a new guild.
얌비암님, 저희 이제 EU 측에서는 이제 길드가 하나가 죽어가면 이제 큰 길드 있잖아요. 이제 공성 길드든 뭐든. EU 유럽 측에서는 이제 웬만하면은 그 인원은 안 줄어준대요. 왜냐면 다른 길드 그냥 합류를 바로 한대요. 그리고 북미에서는 거의 한 40-50%가 죽어 나가고
I'm nodding like I
나머지가
pretend to know
흩어지면서 다른
what he's
PvP
saying.
길드를 합류를 하는데 한국은 그 길드가 죽어 나가면 그냥 끝인가요? 다른 길드 막 합류하거나
합류하는 인원도 이제 대부분이 이번 그 길드원분 말로는 대부분이 접으셨대요. 절반
그래서
이상이
접었기 때문에 죽은 거구나. 유저들이 접어서.
그것도 있고 전체적으로 다들 이제 사람이 없고 맨날 만나는 사람 만나니까 아예 게임에 흥미를 잃고 떠나시는 분들 되게 많아졌어요. 이거 하나 보여드려도 될까요? 화면 좀?
네. Do you mind if he screen shares?
Yeah, go ahead. Oh.
He said
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
he did say that the reason for the different thing about KR is their guilds are dying out because the players in the guild are leaving the game.
이게
Yeah,
저희
so a
나라
lot like us.
보통전 현황입니다. 한국 서버.
Okay, so this is the Korean node war scene right now.
Look how many
or the
empty
current
nodes there are.
길드가
This-
없습니다. 그냥
wow.
This is the KR node war map, guys. Wow, look how many empty nodes there are in KR. Oh,
It's actually just like 7
insane.
guilds.
that's actually crazy. That's literally insane.
PVP 하는 길들이 전부 죽었어요. 대부분 반 이상이.
He said over half the PvP guilds are gone. They're just gone.
Wow. Okay, let him. Okay, I'm gonna show mine now.
Okay, 이제 북미 쪽 보여주겠대요.
I have to go. I have to change servers. You have to give me a second. I have to move over
Yeah.
to my. I'm on the global lab right now.
와 이거 장난 아니다 근데 심하다. 어떡하지? 한국 어떻게 해요?
큰일 났습니다. 우리나라.
TL 오세요. 장난이고.
ChampionJason.
인가요?
Jason, can you show
들어오세요.
EU too? Is that possible?
I can look in quickly, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that explains
that explains
need
the
to change
changes.
though
Yeah,
for
that
KR,
explains.
right?
That definitely explains why they feel they need to change things. KR looks barren. They look really barren.
Yes, I think we do understand. 그래서 다 이해가 가는 게 이거 보면은 아 이래서 점령전을 바꿔야 되는구나. 근데 이제 한국만 바꿨으면 좋겠는데.
그러니까 이게
just change it just
우리나라만
for Korea.
적용되면
Yeah,
괜찮은데.
just for Korea. They should change it just for Korea.
He said we're doomed to bald guy.
Oh.
I love the translate thing. Is just I can't do content even if there's only one guild missing because of the number of people. Yeah. All right, so let me show what the NA scene looks like real quick.
Minecraft PvP got what?
I guess I can stream my screen in Discord so that he can show his viewers and he doesn't have to necessarily show my my stream here.
Okay, now we're gonna look at the NA side. 이제 북미 거를 보시면. Yeah, what outfit is that? It's disgusting.
That's my,
Sorry.
you shut your mouth. I look like a cupcake. I look beautiful. Okay. Wait, why does this look... Okay, they look empty.
Oh, wait, what?
No. They look
Wait, why is
empty.
it empty?
You need to explain to him that our guild... Well, like, our guilds do not use alliance icons a lot of the time. Okay, so it doesn't... But, like, all of these... Like, there's... this is missing a node. This is... But usually
so
when it... Well, usually when they don't...
않아요.
Usually when they don't
아이콘을 안 쓰기
actually...
때문에 아이콘이 안 보이는 거예요.
Yeah. Usually when they don't... Like, every single thing has an occupation, but whenever a node is not being occupied, usually that is because there was a stalemate, not because there were no guilds there.
그래서 북미 서버에서는 무조건 이게 아이콘이 안 뜨는 거지. 왜냐면 연맹 아이콘을 띄워야 이제 아이콘이 뜨잖아요. 그래서 거의 90%는 점령돼 있고 점령 안 돼 있는 가끔 한 두세 개는 뭐지?
성주.
어?
이제 오늘 점령전에서 이긴 길드 거점전 빈 거 아닌가요? 거기는?
그쵸. 그러니까 이긴 길드가 거점전을 뭐지? 막상 막 아닌데 그거 있잖아요. 무승부. 시간 제한 무승부. 예, 그것 때문에 비지 그 외에는 빈 공간들이 없대요. 그래서 이제 아이콘이 없다고 딱 보면은 이제 길드가 있는 게 보이죠.
부럽다.
위쪽은 없다. 예. 근데 거의 한 90%는 항상 점령이 돼 있어요. 북미에서는.
부럽다.
부럽대. He says he's jealous.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like,
As
we
a
have...
PvP player, I'm sure he is jealous.
Oh, yeah, no, we, I mean, you could tell me we had 2 fights for Siege tonight, both of which were 3v3s or 4v4s on 2 different servers. And then there were 2 extra guilds that hold the extra castle.
Shall we check out the Europe one?
Yeah, let's see ChampionJason's map.
C를 보면은
It's actually empty as hell as well, though.
Wait,
I
yours
don't know
is
how
empty
many
too?
of those nodes. I don't know how many of those nodes are empty because the castle participant.
이유도 좀 비었는데.
Oh, yeah, that's
right.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know
another thing.
How much of that is the reason?
The castle. So
the thing that I
seems like
can say though is usually
it's way more
like
alive in
Tier 4 or
Korea
5.
for sure. We saw Korea being hella empty, so
yeah. Well,
usually Tier 4 or 5 node was tend to have a fight on the main Europe node days. Like there's like 2-3 days where all the guilds basically PvP, and on those days it's too few nodes really, because like people are forced to go Tier 3 or Tier 4 to get a fight, even though they would like to go Tier 5. And then there's days where there's too many Tier 5 nodes because nobody really does node war there, and it's just 2 empty nodes basically.
Smurt, yeah, you can send it to me. They want to show me the Asia one too. So yeah, you should tell him, BroBear, that some of our unoccupied nodes are because the castle owners took the node and it liberates. So like typically every node is fought over in NA. There are some snipes. Like on Sunday, everyone snipes basically. No one really fights on Sunday because everyone qualifies for Siege. But like because we're all tired from Siege the day before. But like aside from that, there's basically fights every day.
그래서 북미 측에서는 거의 매일 점령전이 진행이 되고 일요일은 제외. 북미 기준 일요일은 안 싸우고 알박만 한대요 다. 피곤해서. 토요일 날에 열심히 싸우고 일요일은 다 알박하고 다닌대요. 근데 일요일 빼고는 항상 점령전이 진행이 너무 잘 되고 있어서 이번 점령전 체인지가 너무 아쉽고 짜증난대요.
잠깐 미안해지네요. 그 한국 서버 플레이어 입장에서.
No. 그건 미안할 게 아니라 그거 왜 본인이 미안하세요? 그거는
McCoy, that'd be great.
뭔가 잘못된 거지 약간. He's saying he feels sorry. Like that the changes are coming through because of the KR server.
Yeah, like yeah, I mean it feels really bad. Like it feels.
Why couldn't they? Yeah.
Why couldn't they just give it to KR and then not give it to the rest of us? I mean, it's happened there too. I mean, we have an extra Siege region, and we still have more fights for Siege and everything than they do. It's a little crazy that they feel that they have to change Node Wars worldwide, and I think it takes a lot of the strategy out of Node Wars, and I think that kills the veteran guilds that are still kind of kicking, because like cannon teams don't get to participate, defense teams don't really get to do their thing, LE drivers aren't going to really get to do their thing anymore. There's a lot of like like different special teams people that have spent their lives or their careers in BDO learning that special team, and now they don't get to do that anymore.
그래서 이게 점령전 바뀐 거 정말 제일 아쉬운 점은 이제 뭐 캐논
here's
팀들, 그러니까
Asia.
정말 몇 년 동안 해온 역할들이 있는데 그게 다 사라져 버리니까 뭐 빌딩이든 대포 운영이든 이거 모든 게 다 그냥 사라지니까. 그리고 나는 이거 그냥 약간 예를 들면 이런 식으로 할 거면 뭐 월, 화, 수는 새로운 점령전, 나머지는 기존 점령전 이렇게 하면 안 되나? 저는 개인적으로 그 생각이 들었어요. My personal thought was always like half set days, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday would be like the new Node Wars, and Friday, Saturday, Sundays as the OG Node Wars. Like, can't they just do that?
This is SA. Okay, this is SA. This is the I posted the SA
SEA?
one. Yeah. In the all right, not SEA, SA, South Africa.
Oh, SA South
America.
South America. Yeah.
So you can tell them I put the
남미
South
쪽도
America.
사진 올렸대요 지금.
Yeah.
디코에.
That's what the South America node more map looks like.
남미도 살아 있네.
Or
Yeah,
South,
even South America is doing well with Node
Yeah.
Wars. So when they said that they figured that it was all the same across all regions,
That's South Africa.
where did they get that information?
South Africa.
Where did they? Oh, it is?
Wait a minute. No, it is Asia.
Huh?
This is Asia. Okay. See, I had
Okay.
it right the first time. Yeah, that my chat
Southeast
is
Asia?
stupid. This is
Southeast Asia, yeah?
Yeah, well, it's
Okay.
Asia together now, so we say Asia.
Okay. 그래서 그 연애 때 들으셨죠, 양변님? 그 점령전이 전 세계적으로
It's
똑같은
Asian chat. Shut up.
현재
It's not my fault.
현상이라서 바꾼다고 했는데 이 정보가 도대체 어디서 왔는지.
그런 말을 했나요?
This is South Africa. Oh my God.
그때까지는 안 졸고 있었거든요.
This is South Africa here.
제이님께서
Is this South Africa?
점령전 변화에 두려움들이 많을 텐데.
South America.
저희가 뭐지?
No Africa. See, I knew it was South America. Chad's trolling me.
전 세계
I knew it was South America.
한국이랑 비슷한 뭐 이런
Damn it.
얘기 하더라고요.
We're the same continent. Who gives a shit?
좀 웃긴긴 한데
네.
지금 이번에 새로 바뀌는 룰이 있잖아요.
네.
저희
Alright.
한국 서버도 그 룰을 바란 유저가 없습니다. 그냥 갑자기 들고 와서 이렇게
here's-
하겠다 선언한 거라 저희
That's
한국
South America.
유저들도 이게 뭐지 싶은
말하지
상황이에요. 저희도.
Okay.
I look the same.
So
They're
Yambian
close to
says
the
like
same
even
continent.
Koreans were like they never actually asked for these changes for the Node Wars. Like yeah, the situation was bad, but they didn't ask for these changes.
Well,
So they
South
kind of it's thrown in Korea's face too.
Well, South America
So they're
looks
not
pretty
necessarily
bad
just
too.
happy about it.
Yeah, tell them they're the
Let's see.
Asia and the South America picture down below there. South America
Mhm.
actually looks like they're in bad shape as well. For sure,
아시아는
like really bad
괜찮은데
shape.
남미는 좀 안 좋아 보이긴 한다. Unless they're
SA
also
could
having the
stand for
icons
both,
that show.
in fairness,
The lights
guys.
icons? Can't tell through
I mean, it might not even be the icons, but if you own nodes and you win the siege, do you lose the nodes afterwards still? So, like, if a castle owner that won siege yesterday has like 3 nodes before, do they still lose the 3 nodes? So therefore, like, it might be a lot of nodes being not owned.
Yeah.
Like, usually it would make more sense to show the map on a Friday, I guess, before siege, where people still have all their nodes now.
That makes yeah. So basically, I
Yeah.
fell asleep during 전 잠들었어요. So like, he was talking for an hour and 45 minutes before the 10-minute break about item changes, right?
Uh huh.
They're consolidating all the items. I was like, all right, great. Blah, 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 blah. And it was like, it's nice, but these weren't the main issues that we asked for, I guess. And then I just couldn't watch the rest of it because I was getting tired and sleepy.
I was surprised they showed it on a Calpheon ball, I guess, right? Like that it was so important to show it on a
Yeah.
Calpheon ball. Obviously, there went a lot of work into it, right? They removed a lot of items, and it's gonna be nice. But I was surprised to see like a really big section of the Calpheon ball be for like, hey, we removed some items. It's like, okay, you can show it in the patch notes. It's like those
Okay.
items get removed. Show us a
Yeah.
list.
I'm asking 연변. 연변이 저희 그 연애 때 1시간 45분 동안 말한 게 아이템 체인지였거든요. 막 아이템 막 삭제하고 이렇게 편의성? 그거 어떻게 생각하세요? 칼피온 그래도 연애인데 아이템에 대해서는 한 30분에서 50분 정도만 해도 될 것 같지 않았나? 너무
저도
길었던
딱
것 같지 않아요?
똑같이 생각했어요. 그게 그런 개선 패치가 메인이 돼서는 안 된다고 해요. 저도
그렇죠.
연애에서.
Yeah, it should have been the main talk of the first half.
Okay.
그거는 좀 당연한 건데.
I'm curious what he would like to JF to talk about more. Like I will say that it looks like South America struggled with PvP. KR is definitely really struggling with PvP. NA, EU, and console is probably struggling, but NA and EU look like they're fine. Like everything looks fine on those two fronts, at least in my opinion, based on at least the maps. That's like a primitive look at it, but like it does look like reasonable in that regard. That being said, we understand that like none of us are very happy with the proposed Node War or Siege changes. I'm actually more curious how he feels about the Siege changes, like Conquest War. Like, does he feel like them being able to ally with other people on the region will help? Does he like the dragon? Does he like the idea that they're gonna make Castle Siege more about the castle and less about the fighting in the open field? Because you can tell we hate the castles. Like, we hate sieging castles. We like the normal fighting outside of the castle, but we hate sieging
like
into the castle.
Fighting.
Yeah.
Okay. But wait, what were you saying about the allying for the new Node Wars? What do you mean? It's hard
You
to
can
ally
ally
now.
with. No. If you're a castle owner, you can ally with the people that own nodes in your region. So if somebody owns Valencia Castle site as a node, the Valencia owner can ally.
그래서 이제 한국 측에서는 이제 저희는 그 공성에서 캐슬 컨텐츠는 되게 싫어한대요. 북미에서 너무 싫어요. 오픈 필드전을 좋아하지 공성에서 캐슬을 치는 걸 진짜 극혐한대요. 북미 측에서는 필드전을 좋아하지 공성할 때. 한국 측은 어떠세요?
이게 저희 한국 측의 대표 말씀 아니긴 한데 제 주변 분들은 오히려 반대로 그 성을 끼고 캐슬을 끼고 싸우는 게 더 재밌다 느껴지는 분들이 많아요.
Okay, so he's saying he obviously can't speak for all players, but from him and his close ties to other like major sieging guilds, they prefer it's the opposite. They prefer the castle fights over open field fights during siege.
They don't.
Korea.
Oh well, honestly, that's probably because
They have the lag though.
Yeah.
they don't have any lag.
That's the thing, right?
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
hate it
the lag.
because
They don't
it's
have
the
the
most
lag.
laggy part of it, right?
Correct.
It doesn't exist there.
렉이 없어서 그런 거라고 생각한대요. 약간 왜냐면 북미에서는 그 캐슬을 끼고 하면은 렉이 너무 심해가지고.
맞아, 그럴 수도 있겠네요.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I
that
think it
makes
is the lag. 렉 때문에 그럴 수도 있을 것 같아요. I think it's probably because of the lag.
Well, this makes sense then. The
Yeah.
developers going this direction with Siege because all of the rest of us hate the castle. Mainly because it just lags us out. There's really no solution for it. All the characters are all stacked on top of each other. None of us can really do anything for the entirety of the castle siege. It's miserable. None of us like it. And it was concerning that Jay was like, yeah, we're going to make that part of siege longer and make it harder to kill the person in the castle. That felt really bad as in North America. I'm sure, Jason, you probably felt it was the same way. That felt really bad to hear because it kind of sounds like Jay is really out of touch with what the rest of the scenes really like. It sounded like, again, a Korean like look at it because like, yeah, Korea doesn't struggle with lag. I can see why they might like the castle part of Siege. We don't like it because the lag is terrible, and we really don't want those conquest changes because that will make Siege unbearably bad for us. We won't be able to push the castle. It'll be too laggy. There's a dragon now. There's extra guilds stopping us. It'll just be miserable for us. I don't know how Jason feels.
The overall sentiment was from you as well. It felt very out of touch again. I must say the gate HP scaling with amount of attackers, I didn't even think it was necessarily bad. The only thing I'm worried about there is, are they gonna go by like forts placed or actual people sieging? Because if it's by forts placed, you're gonna get 6 guilds placing for the defending gate HP to go up to an amount where it's just can't die anymore, right? So if that is a proper system, it's fine with me. The guilds allying with the castle owner though, like basically a militia system again, right? We had the militia system, it was misery, everybody hated it, they removed it, and now they're implementing it again. Because it's not really much different from a militia system, right? You just need to make sure one guild owns any node in your territory. You can easily arrange that during the week already, and you're gonna have like alt guilds fighting for yourself, and it makes no sense. Like, that is really bad. And the dragon we don't know anything about, right? So
So the dragon's gonna be like a. You can use it in a siege. Is that what it is?
Yeah, like the
Apparently.
defending castle owner can use it in a siege like Daenerys Targaryen. Yeah.
I thought it was pretty sick though.
Oh yeah, I mean
Okay.
that part
So,
looks
yeah.
fine, but like again, like it just prolongs the castle part, and that's what we're really upset about. Because again, you should like very emphasize that we really feel that Jay is out of touch with
The wyvern.
the rest of the servers, and that looks like Siege is again being changed because KR is struggling, and they might like Castle Siege, but we hate it because the lag is just too awful. It's just terrible, and that's gonna make it worse.
렉이 너무 심해서 아무래도 북미 측에서는 캐슬 시지 쪽으로 가는 게 너무 안 좋을 것 같다고 하네요. 왜냐면 그게 가장 큰 아픔이죠. 북미는. 이유도 그렇고 렉이 너무 심해서 공성 때 캐슬 전 쪽으로 가는 게 방향성이
와, 이거 좀 되게
네.
아쉽네요. 저희
여러
한국
면으로
서버 유저
북미 측은
입장으로서
지금 죽어갈 거라는 걱정이 많아요. 지금.
되게 재밌는 컨텐츠인데 저게
그쵸.
렉 없이 즐겼을 때 이 재미를 못 느낀다는 게 되게 아쉽네요. 같이.
그렇죠. Yambiam is saying it's such a shame that you guys have so much lag because, or we have so much lag because the castle siege part is so much fun, but the fact that you guys can't enjoy it because of the lag, he thinks it's such a big, like you guys are missing out on really like fun content because of the lagginess.
It feels bad. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, like,
He thinks that you guys would love it if there was no lag.
right? Yeah.
I mean, the design
probably.
of the castle looks really cool, right? But
Yeah. Right. Like, I mean, like it does look pretty cool.
the moment you enter the castle, though, you lose like 70% of your FPS, and all of a sudden spells take 10 seconds to hit. GG. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. Okay, so moving to like the quality of life changes and stuff. I actually like the quality of life changes. Overall, I'm curious how KR feels about unifying life skills.
Like the family.
Yeah, the family-wide life skills. That's
그러면
gonna-
이제 한국 측에서는 이제는 이제 그 퀄리티 오브 라이프 이제 편의성 콘텐츠를 얘기하자면 이제 예를 들면 이제 라이프 스킬링 뭐라 해야지 생활 스킬이라나? 예. 그게 이제 다 이제 계정으로 바뀌잖아요.
맞아요.
자문으로. 그거에 대해서는 반응이 어때요, 한국은?
그 부분에 대해서 다들 반응은 좋았어요. 다들.
좋았어요. 오케이.
딱히 불만은 없었고
예.
반응은 좋았는데
좋았는데
이제 전체적인 연예가 마음에 들지 않아서 분위기는 안 좋다.
okay. So he's saying
이거 좀
Yeah,
늦었다.
늦었다. Okay. He's saying the response was great from Korea about the life skill being like shared over family.
Oh, okay.
But he's saying overall the atmosphere was not good because it's too late. It was like these changes are coming too late.
I would generally
They said
agree.
like the
I think it
overall
should have-
response was, "Oh, that's great," but then the overall like atmosphere was still kind of very negative during the Calpheon ball for Korea.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm getting from his chat
Yeah.
right now is that they were not
Yeah.
happy at all with the Calpheon ball. I'm curious what
한
they.
가지 말씀드리고 싶은 건 얌비암이 말한 게 한국 유저 대부분의 반응이 아닙니다. 다르게 생각하는 사람도 많아요. 거점에는 피부 관련해서. 네네 그 말은 얌비암님 쪽에서 계속 수시로 저희한테 알려주고 있어요. 대표는 아니지만 자기 플러스 다른 이제 PVP 유저들 기반으로는 PVP 유저 기반으로 PVP 하고 있어서 저희는 그것 감안하고 있어요. So another reminder that I got from chat from a Korean user was that Yambiam represents, the PvP user side, but also like there are Koreans that have very differing opinions than what Yambiam is representing
Of
right now.
course, I'm looking at his chat too, though. So like,
Yeah.
and I get people in my chat as well. So like, I don't know, we're
Yeah.
getting the general sentiment. Overall, I'm like, Jason, how did you feel about the ball? Did you like the ball overall? Like I know that none of us really like the PvP stuff, but like, how would you rate the ball overall out of 10?
공망 가고 그러면 캐릭터 공망? 그 뭐예요?
I don't want to be too negative, but at the same time, it just a lot of things didn't need a ball for me personally, right? It's like 5.
기어스코.
Yeah, I mean, like again, I gave it like a 1 or 2 out of 10 for PvP, but like for the rest of it, I gave it like a 7. I gave it like a 7 out of 10 for the rest of the ball. I felt the quality of life changes, condensing all of the items down.
You scored it high, damn.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Fair
for the
enough,
rest of the ball, yeah. I mean, like, I felt like the quality of life changes were generally good. I felt like unifying, like, the life skills look good. I also have wanted a hammer class for a super long time. Ooh, you should ask him how he feels about the hammer class being female, and then the new outfit after. We'll ask the new outfit after, but how does he feel about the new class in general, and then, like, the fact that the hammer class is female, and how the hammer class looks?
I'm so sad they built another female. I thought it was
Bro,
we were due for a male
I can't
class,
believe
man.
they made a hammer class female, but ask him. See what.
예, 오케이. 얌얌이 이제 그 신 캐릭터 여자 캐릭터이고 해머 클래스라는 거에 대해서 어떻게 생각하세요? 얌얌님은?
솔직히 말해 그거 남자로
헐.
나왔어야 된다 생각합니다.
그쵸. He's saying it should have been a
남자
guy.
아니면은 이제
해머
근육질
클래스,
남자 아니면 키 쬐끄만 드워프 라피 베드 마운틴 같은 그런 친구로 나왔어야 되는데 왜 여자로 나왔는지 모르겠어요.
Okay. He thinks that his personal opinion is it should have been a male class, like a bulky guy or a
Yes.
dwarf looking hammer user.
Exactly.
Like a dwarf looking character, but it's like a beautiful girl with like yeah, so that's his personal opinion on that.
That's kind of yeah. Like it I think it kind of struck us all as kind of weird. Jason, how'd you feel about the hammer class? You're a Valkyrie, right? So like it should appeal to you, right?
Yeah. I mean, it reminds me a lot more to Guardian, right? Like from the
Uh-huh.
overall looks, both the pre-hand and the awakening.
It's got the same run animation too.
Yeah, right. It looks very much like awakening or like Succession Guardian, right? Same thing because there is no awakening. But yeah, I think it's gonna have the issue of if it's better than Guardian, then Guardian is dead. If it's weaker than Guardian, then the new class is dead. Because the playstyle overall looks probably gonna be very much the same. It's not really fast, right? And overall the animations look fairly similar. So I don't know. If one of them is better, the other class is dead in my opinion. But we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, like it has the exact same run as Guardian and everything. Yeah, I was really disappointed it wasn't a male class. I was kind of hoping for like a male, like bald dwarf, you know, kind of I'm gonna go pound some ass kind of situation.
Yeah.
But I do like that it's like an intellectual. And I personally like the
I
thematic.
mean, the name is Scholar, so
Yeah, I
Isn't
really
it
like.
Scholar or was it Alchemist?
Yeah, it's
Something
Scholar.
weird like that, right?
It's Scholar.
Scholar.
Yeah, I really like it, to be honest. Like I wish it was male, but also I'm totally fine with it being female. I don't really care. I really wanted a hammer class, and it looks really cool. So I'm receiving that really well. Like I'm curious what he thought about. He in the last talk we had, he made a big deal about BDO fashion and like the outfits, right? And how bad they were.
Yeah.
I personally do not like the
That was a
look
late night talk.
of the outfit. I do not personally like the look of the outfit that they introduced at the ball. She's like gift wrapped in gift paper, and she's not wearing underwear or a bra or anything. She's literally just wrapped up in like wrapping paper. Like it's just crazy.
You'll get yours. Just put a summer outfit on her. What are you complaining about?
Well, no,
You want the booba,
I'm
that's
curious
why.
what his thoughts are on the outfit and what his chat's thoughts are
Okay.
on the outfit.
Okay. 얌얌님이랑 얌얌님 채팅분들한테 질문하고 싶은 게 아웃핏에 대해서 어떻게 생각하세요? 왜냐면은 저번 심야 토크 때 약간 그 코스메틱이나 디자인에 대해서 좀 터치를 했잖아요.
네
개인이.
맞아요.
이번에 보여줬던 그거에 대해서 반응이 어때요? 왜냐면은 블루는 조금 실망했대요.
저희도 딱히 반응이 좋지는 않았어요. 대부분이 다 구리다, 못생겼다, 비슷비슷했습니다.
똑같네. Okay.
네,
Yeah, he's saying
똑같아요.
he thinks Koreans had the same response. Like, no, that's not it. It's kind of ugly,
Yeah.
kind of similar. Like nothing changed. Yeah.
It's all crumpled. Yeah,
Yeah.
It looks. I don't know. I just don't like it very much. It feels kind of like a remake of the Sori outfit. It feels like
Yeah.
low hanging fruit. Didn't actually look very good. There was talks of Jay adding, and it was just like an offhanded comment. He said they were experimenting with adding things like crossbows, like Korean crossbows and stuff to boss blitz.
석궁.
And I think that is a terrible idea. I think that like getting people to use this gimmicky mechanic to do boss splits instead of playing their class the way they want to, like that
Sounds
they
like Monster Hunter, man.
right. Like I think that that's terrible. I'm curious what his thoughts and what like the KR's thoughts would be on it.
그래서 이제 그 뭐라 하지? 재단이라 하나? 또 까먹었어 한국말. 버스플리츠.
피해 재단?
네?
피해 재단, 피해 재단.
피해 재단 맞나? 피해 재단 말고 딴 거. 그 있잖아요. 그 매주 일요일 날 열리는.
장미 전쟁?
아니야? 그 보스
레지드?
보스 사는 거. 다른
벨?
재단 재단
검은
아니다.
사람?
검은 사당 검은
아,
사당.
사당.
저 교포예요. 몰라요. 네, 봐주세요. 네. 아 검은 자 예. 검은
They're all
사당에서 이제
telling
무슨 뭐 석공 같은 거를 인트로듀스하고 이상한 메케닉이 들어올 거라고 했었나 봐요. 저 거기까지 안 봤거든요.
그 검은 사당이 아니라 그거는 이제 아침의 나라에 새로 나오는 길드 레이드?
아 길드레이드에서 쓰는 거예요.
네, 장화홍련이었나? 그 친구에 나오는 기믹이라고 들었어요, 저는.
아 약간 보스 레이드예요. 보스
네,
길드
그런
보스.
식으로.
Okay. So wait, Blue, did you say boss blitz or what did you say?
It was
Earlier
yeah,
about
it was
the
like the boss blitz. That's what they said.
No,
That-
it wasn't a boss blitz. He's saying it's not going to be in boss blitz. It's going to be a new guild boss mechanic.
oh
For
god.
for the Land
Ugh.
of the Morning Light, there's going to be a guild boss in Land of the Morning Light. So I'm assuming it's like a con type deal
I hate that.
for Land of the Morning Light
No.
with like crossbows.
I do not want more guild
You don't want
bosses.
another con?
I want guild PvE raids.
Uh,
That's what I want.
yes,
I want like a
yes.
guild dungeon.
You know what? You know what's
Can you,
really good
like-
with that?
Yeah.
Throne and Liberty is amazing with that. Okay, I'll shut up. But
Okay,
yeah,
all right.
dude, oh,
Well,
it's crazy.
can you ask him
Insane.
if they are excited about the new guild boss and like the new mechanic and stuff around it, or if they are excited, or if they would rather have like a PVE dungeon, like guild dungeon, kind of like the dungeon we have now, but for your guild.
Like a guild raid?
Mhm.
Yeah, like a guild raid.
Yeah, you have to explain the concept to him because if you say raid, it's that's the
No,
word.
no, no.
like,
I'll tell
that's-
him exactly what it is because
Okay,
I'll compare it
all right,
to
good.
in Throne and Liberty. There's a guild house, and you portal in together to fight a specific boss with your entire guild together. So an actual guild raid is what you're talking about, right? Where all guild members have to do PVE content, like a guild dungeon, right? That's what you mean?
Mhm.
Is that what you mean? Okay.
Yeah.
그래서 지금 그 랜드 오브 모닝 라이트 아침의 나라에서 나오는 이런 그 메케닉에 달려 있는 기믹이 달려 있는 거에 대해서 어떻게 생각하세요?
기믹 달려는 거, 부정적이잖아요. 뭔가
별로 감사드려요.
부지성으로 딜링만 하는 그런 것보다는 뭔가 새로운 기믹 추가하고 뭐 레이드식으로 다 같이 하게 하는 시도 자체는 좋다고 생각합니다, 저는. 딱히
Okay.
부정적인 입장은 아니에요.
So the first half of your question, he's not too negative about it. He thinks it's okay to add a new gimmick for a boss. He thinks that. Now I'm gonna ask him about the raids. 그럼 이제 블루가 정말 원하는 거는 길드 PVE 레이드거든요. 길드 보스가 아닌 그런 예를 들면 뭐 와우 같은 이제 길드원들이 다 같이 들어갈 수 있는 콘텐츠.
전에 얘기하셨던 거.
네, 저번에 얘기했던 거. 그거 어떻게 생각하세요? 제가 봤을 때는 아무리 검은 사막이지만 그런 콘텐츠는 꼭 있었으면 좋겠거든요. 근데
제대로 만들 수만 있다면 좋죠. 네,
네.
길드원이랑 뭔가를 할 수 있다는 것부터가 되게 좋은 거죠.
Okay. He thinks, yeah, like you said, if there is a possibility for that, if they're able to put that into the game, he thinks it's great. It's something that a guild can do all together,
Yes.
and it's going to be great content.
Mhm.
But he said if they're able to put that in the game.
Yeah, the guild boss
He's having
is
doubts that they'll be able to implement that into the game.
the guild boss is fine. The problem is we all have
Are
to
you
use
still
them.
muted, by the way? Or are you talking to chat? Or
Whoops, thank you. The
Yeah,
guild
all
boss is fine. I think that like I don't really like it because like I hate having to go out to con. I find it really inconvenient. And I think that if they have this in Land of the Morning Light, we all have to take the Magnus over to Land of the Morning Light just to get there, which is again annoying.
yeah.
That being said, the new Magnus simplification that's got to be just a W
Yeah.
change. Again, that
summon
should have come
Wuju.
a lot sooner, but like
Yeah.
you should ask him. I would I would think it. Jason, you like the Magnus change too, right? There's no shot.
Yeah, Magnus and Boss Blitz both huge Ws.
Yep. You
Yeah.
can TP straight to the boss. You can TP through Wuju summons,
Right.
and then
Now-
you can also TP to con now. Apparently.
He said there was going to be boss splits for guilds, right? Like you could do boss splits with your guild members.
Huh? Did he say that?
I'm pretty sure.
I didn't watch the whole thing,
Unless
so
that
you
was
guys gotta
the
let me know.
yeah, unless that was the extra
ask.
guild boss that got mistranslated. Yeah.
Okay. 그래서 북미 측에서 해석된 게 뭐 길드원들이랑 할 수 있는 보스 블리츠가 생기나요?
All milk? No, they're pissed about everything.
아니요, 맞아요.
They are really upset about the ball as a whole.
길드원이랑 할 수 있는 검은 사당이 생겨요?
아니요,
They're
이번에
pissed.
아침의 나라 파트 2 거기에서 나오는 새로운 친구가 이제 길드 레이드식으로 나온다고 언급을 했어요.
Okay. So yeah, he did mention that in Land of the Morning Light Part 2 content, there will be guild-related content, bosses. Yeah. But we don't know if it's going to be the form of boss blitz, but he did touch on that.
Okay,
Does
so
that
like
make
he
sense?
did touch on it.
Yeah.
We just
Still muted, sir.
yeah, he did. So he did touch on it. We just don't know if it's going to be boss splits or the guild
Or a
guild
different
boss.
type of yeah.
Okay.
But it's gonna be
Um,
part of the Land of the Morning Light Part 2 content release.
Yeah, what was the deal with the what was the deal with the male class that they teased that we all thought was the next class and then they showed the hammer class? What is that? Like
Are you talking about the one sword smoke pipe guy?
yeah, that guy.
오케이. 야면이 그 약간 그 저도 봤거든요. 북미 측에서 이 방송 연회 방송할 때 해석을 못 하더라고요. 약간 좀 느리고. 그래서 제가 해야지 안 해야 됐나 싶었는데 아무튼 그 신클래스 중에 약간 티저가 있었잖아요. 그냥 트레일러 없는 영상 없는 그 남캐 칼이랑 파이프를 든
네네네.
그 친구에 대해서 좀 설명 간단하게 그 뭐라고 했는지 해줄 수 있어요? 전 거기까지 안 봤거든요, 연애를. 알고
친구
계시나요? 예.
설명? 뭐
아, 그러니까
칼이랑
뭐
곰방대 그걸 쓴다. 이거
그게-
언급해주고
네.
전우치라는 캐릭터의 베이스?
전우치?
네, 전우치.
아.
그런 거의 베이스로 만든 캐릭터고 아침에랄 파트 2 때 출시될 예정이다.
지금 전우치는 강동원 전우치 맞아요?
네, 네 맞아요.
오. 잠깐만.
도사, 남자 도사.
Oh. Okay. All right. So the new class, the male class, they didn't give a lot about it, so it's probably gonna come a little down the line. But it was based off a movie character from Chonuchi, very popular Korean movie. It's
Okay.
gonna be like a male kind of exorcist or shaman.
Oh,
type
kind of
thing?
like a
That's cool.
necromancer.
Kind of. Yeah. Kind of. But it's
Okay.
more like an exorcist slash talisman slash like shaman type thing. That's what a dosa is.
I
So
see.
in the movie, the character is like an exorcist, like a Korean exorcist
Oh,
with like a fan. So kind of like a mega, but like a shaman exorcist type.
okay. All right, so that's what
So-
they're working
so
on.
in the
Honestly,
movie?
that's actually huge because the rest of us had
so it's gonna
no
be like
idea
a
what
male
it was.
wusa, like a male wusa kind of,
Yeah.
but with a sword, I guess. Yeah.
Okay. All
스트리머
right, that
부모님,
makes sense.
let me give you a shout out. They're asking who you are in my chat.
어.
부르를 모르신다고요? 우리 대머리 형, our bald bro. 저보다 동생입니다. 참고하세요. 저보다 한 몇 개월 동생임. He's my little bro blue.
This dude. So the general sentiment in North America is that people like the ball.
둘다 92년생인데.
So like the general sentiment in North America seems to be that people very much like the ball. It certainly hyped us up a lot. We did not like the PvP changes at all. We think that those are very bad for the game and very detrimental. The quality of life changes are really good. And that like it will help new players get into the game.
동미 큰 스트리머.
As far as the new class goes, there's mixed reactions. Most people's biggest complaint is that it is a girl. Again, but I think that they will get over that. Overall,
What's
though,
the
I think that
ratio?
I don't know. I have no idea.
9 to 17 or something like that. It's like nine male
Oh,
characters
yeah.
and like 16, 17 female or something like that.
It's a little crazy. Now, Jason, how do you feel about the overall like reception of the ball in EU? Obviously, you don't talk for all of EU. Like I don't talk for all of NA necessarily. However,
I know
like
둘은 있을
what's
수
the
있겠-
general sentiment on the EU side of things when you talk to people?
전혀 없어요.
It's fairly obvious everybody likes like the travel changes, like huge quality of life improvement. The
뭐 확인해
unification of
드릴게요.
items is pretty nice as well. Like there's just no downsides to those type of changes, right? New boss splits and stuff. I mean, it looks nice, right? New class. Well, gonna have to see how it plays out. Male class would have been preferred by most, I believe, as well, simply because it's been a while.
I agree.
But yeah, I mean, PvP changes is just. I mean, for me personally, and the people that I talk to most. Like it's the PvP changes most about it. And I think one thing that I mentioned, or like forgot to mention earlier, is it would be a lot more fine if we knew if things did not be received well, they would get changed fast, right? But
Correct.
we've all seen changes that get accepted miserably by both EU and A or even KR, I don't know, to be in the game for multiple months, like 3, 4, 5, 6 months, until there was a change back to what we preferred, right?
Yeah.
So that is what people are
확인해
scared about. 'Cause
드릴게요,
if there's 6
자리님이.
months of a bad new node war system,
Agree.
most people won't bother. They're just not gonna bother anymore. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, the person talking right now is the EU representative for today's talk.
ChampionJason.
챔피언 제이슨이라고 유럽 측 스트리머 대표로 일단 들어오셨어요. 일단 대표보다는 약간 유럽 측에서 오셨어요. Yeah. I have a question for you. They keep asking me. Blue. I'm so sorry. They're just really. They say they keep asking like, do you have kids?
No, I don't even.
why.
I have. You can tell them. I don't know how this translates. I have no maidens. None. I have no maidens that requires sex with a female.
오케이. 없대요. 일단은 여자가 너무 없어서 자녀는 당연히 없다고 강요를 하고 있습니다. 네. 됐죠? 이제 그런 건 그만. Okay, we're good.
Yeah. Maidenless.
He does have a beautiful dog though. A border collie.
Yeah, I do have an
One
amazing
of the
dog.
smartest dogs on the planet Earth. They're so smart and cute and adorable.
There's another thing that I did want to talk about: the 15 versus 15 GVG system.
Yes.
I'm actually kind of excited about this. This is the only WPVP change that I actually liked. There are some mixed reactions in NA about it, about making GVGs kind of instanced like this. But like, I'm curious how KR received the PvP changes in this regard. So like, first of all, let's ask Jason. Jason, how do you feel personally? And then how do you feel? You said you talked to the major siege guilds. I'm not sure if you talked to them about this specifically. How do you feel about the 15 versus 15 like instanced GVG stuff?
I personally must say I like if it like I think it's a nice thing for proper organized GVGs, right? I don't think it's gonna be like permanently used a lot or something, because like we have GVGs once a week maybe that are organized at least, right? And I don't think like open world GVGs are gonna move to that, right? It's just more for like organized GVGs, I would assume. So I don't think it's gonna have a crazy amount of usage, but for actual proper GVGs that get arranged between guilds, I think it's nice simply because you don't have the issue of like potentially mess up spawns running into each other and then like killing each other from spawn or like stuff like that, right? So for actual GVGs that get set up, I like it. Would be nice.
Apparently he did claim that the rewards would be worth it, so
yeah, he said 200 mil per go, and if it's like 20 minutes
per participant for the wing team,
yeah, like
plus others stuff,
yeah. So like I think that I'm actually pretty excited about it. How did KR receive that? Yeah, how did KR receive it?
Yeah. Okay. 얌얌님 이제 이제 GVG 리그가 뜨잖아요. 이제 길드 대 길드 리그 15대 15.
길드 리그.
네, 길드 리그 이제 뭐 보상도 뭐 짭짤하게 해주신다 하셨는데 제이님께서 그 한국 반응은 어땠어요? 길드 대 길드 리그에 대해서 그런
일단
콘텐츠.
앞서 말했다시피 저희는 길드들이 많이 없습니다. 그래서 일단 반응 자체가 솔직히 좋진 않아요. 그리고 이제 이런 느낌이죠. 어차피 지금도 쟁하려면 서로 약속 잡고 시간을 모여서 하는데 어차피 매칭이 안 돼서 그때 업데이트가 돼도 지금처럼 약속 잡고 같이 매칭 돌릴 텐데 뭐가 다른 거냐. 그냥 보상만
15대인데도 매칭이 어려울 것 같아요. 근데 작은 길드들도 들어올 수 있으니까.
저희가 솔직히 말하자면
그 정도 길드가 없어요?
아래쪽 길드들은 무제한 PVP를 전혀 생각을 하고 있지 않습니다. 솔직히 말하자면.
Okay. Yes, yeah. All right, so he's saying it's kind of negatively received because 네, 말씀하세요.
아니. 마이크 나간 거죠. 죄송합니다.
네. He's saying it was negatively received because there's a lack of guilds right now that are active. So he's saying that there's going to be matchmaking problems. So I said, well, yeah, it doesn't have to be siege guilds. What about the lower guilds? And he said, newer guilds and lower tier guilds in Korea don't even consider PvP at all. So
they wait in line
he's saying that this new content will do nothing for them, is their worry right now for PvP users. It will not change anything and it will be very dead. Because there will not be matchmaking.
So the people in North America are primarily concerned because they feel like their organic open world PvP is basically gone at that point. That would be why people are upset about it. So like if it's being poorly received, that's usually like the argument that I'm hearing is that like there's no more organic open world PvP, but they're generally okay with trying to bring GVGs back in some regard.
some regard, yeah, but then as a PvP guild, he's saying there's not going to be a lot of guilds trying to participate. There's not enough guilds right now that are active to make use of the guild league, is what Yambiam is saying.
Yeah, I think that NA and how do you feel like EU? Do you think that there'd be enough guilds, Jason?
Enough guilds trying it out, yes. I don't know how long they're gonna stick with it, because if you're gonna make it 15 versus 15, you probably want like the spear tip of your guild to participate in there to get the highest ranking and stuff, obviously, right?
Yep.
And if you take the 15 best people of each guild, I think there's a pretty big discrepancy between like the top 2, 3, 4, and then most part that comes after that. And the rank 1 guild that I talked to yesterday, they think it's going to be dead on arrival, because they probably won't even participate because they just think it's not happening. So
Huey, who are you talking about? Me?
What
are you talking about, dude?
Already out on it, which is a little bit of a shame then for the other top guilds, right?
Yeah, the guild versus guild thing is going to be rough too for newer guilds too. Actually, another thing, because it's going to be uncapped, you're just going to get demolished. Imagine you get matched up with like a siege guild as like a medium or newer guild, 15 man. Yeah,
and they're not gonna bother again, right? Like if you go in as like a newer guild, you get matched because like there's only 2-3 other guilds participating. You get matched with a guild that's way stronger. You get completely obliterated if it's fixed 20. Is it fixed 20 minutes or until the score gets reached as well, right? Because if it's fixed 20 minutes,
it's basically RBF. It's basically old school RBF, but 15 per 15 guildmates only. I think. Yeah.
Yeah, but if they had to endure like 20 minutes of getting utterly wiped, right? Like we're talking like 5 KD plus ratio. They're not gonna ever queue again, right? It's just gone for them.
Right. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know, man. Like, I kind of like those changes, but I see
maybe
why.
If they add. I remember him originally when he said it during his late night talk. He said there's 2 leagues, League 1 and League 2.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe League 2 will be like a capped version of it, and then League 1 is the uncapped for bigger guilds.
Calpheon.
Yeah. Well, then why are there 2 leagues? Is what I'm saying. He said there's gonna be 2 leagues.
It might be like
League 1 will have better rewards, and then League 2 will be more for fun. He said, I don't know.
Well, that's again, that'll probably be for like siege guilds versus the non-siege guilds. You know what I mean? Like the big boys.
But if you spread it out across 2 leagues, there's just even less participants, right?
But one Calpheon / good thing would be maybe smaller guilds will have something to work towards now. Like, okay, we might not have the numbers for node wars and sieges, but then maybe if we can get 15 people to get good gear, then their goal in the game could be just doing regular guild versus guild league content. Maybe, that's one good thing I think that could drive certain guilds to get more geared, I guess. Where you don't need like crazy like an army of geared people. You can just have 15, maybe.
Yeah, that's possible. Okay, well, I was just curious how he felt about it. All right, so moving forward to the Red Dragon. What's his name again? Hwaryong? What's Hwaryong? Okay. So obviously his temporary ban has been extended.
Really?
Yeah, his temporary ban has been extended another 7 days. Yeah. But like, I actually think that, personally, I think it makes him, like, they're bringing in a third party to investigate as well. And what this tells me is that, I don't know, it feels to me like he's innocent, and that but the community hates him so much that they actually have to bring in a third party to do the investigation for them, so that they can thoroughly prove, based on a third party, that he is innocent, because like they don't feel comfortable banning an innocent player, but the community wants him permanently banned. And if Perlibus had found wrongdoing, I think they would already have banned him. It wouldn't even have been a question. I think that they're struggling with this decision because they probably feel that he hasn't really done anything wrong, and they have to bring in the third party just because the community hates him so much. Yeah. So like, I'm curious what they think about it, but that's how it looks from my perspective, just as a third party.
So can I tell them your perspective too first, and then okay. So 이제 화룡님 얘기가 나왔어요, 블루님께서. 네. 근데 이제 뭐 갑자기 또 연장이 됐다면서요?
네, 맞아요.
7일 연장이고 이제 펄어비스뿐만 아니라 다른 서드 파티가 언급이 된다고 조사에서 맞나요? 펄어비스 아닌 다른 조직이 와서 또 조사를 한다고.
네. 외부적으로 법적 검토?
네, 법적 검토.
법률 상담이나 법률 검토 그런 식으로 언급이 됐습니다.
그래서 이제 블루 의견으로는 블루의 개인적인 의견은 아마 활용이 매크로잉이 안 걸렸는데 펄어비스만 그걸 말을 하면은 이제 그 대중이 안 믿어주거나 활용을 지켜준다는 의견 때문에 외부에서 언급을 해서 이걸 확실하게 활용님이 매크로잉을 안 쳤다는 거를 한다고 생각이 든대요, 블루님께서는. 예, 왜냐면 너무 이제 사람들이 너무 반대를 하고 있으니까 활용님의 그 상황에 대해서 어떻게 생각하세요? 여러분들 한국 쪽 유저분들이랑 우리 얌비암님은 이건 그냥 블루의 개인 추측이에요. 추측. 예.
근데 되게 정론인 것 같은데요. 딱 들어봤을 때 날카로우신데요, 되게. 저 말이 저희 커뮤니티 사이트 인벤 거기서도 나온 말인데 그럴 가능성이 있다. 이런 식으로 생각하고 있어요, 다들. 뭐 무조건 풀려날 거야 이런 건 아닌데 그래도 그런 식으로 하지 않을까? 그렇게 생각하고 있습니다.
다시 한번 말씀해 주실래요?
내가 뭔 얘기했지?
내정지.
그
일반
그리고
유저는
또
거기서 차별.
그 블루님 말씀하신 거 말고 네, 저희의 추론이 하나가 더 있어요. 이게 이제 활용님이 방송에서 이렇게 언급을 하셨습니다. 제가 정지된다면 법적 소송으로 내가 게임에서 쓴 돈을 뱉어내게 하겠다. 그래서 이것 때문에 프로비스가 이제 법률 자문을 구해서 연장한 게 아니냐.
정말요?
네.
그런 얘기를 했어요, 활용님이?
네. 방송에서 직접 하셨습니다, 이거는.
Okay, apparently, 활용, the Red Dragon,
Uh-huh.
said on stream, if I do get permabanned off this game, I will be suing them and getting all the money I've spent back in this game. And he's saying that, so the Korean community is saying that's why they're bringing a third party. That's why they're bringing a third party in to cover the legal side of it to see if he can actually pull that off. He says that he's going to sue. Yeah, he's going to sue them for time lost, investment lost, potential like business loss off of what he could have made during streaming the game, and then also all the money he's spent in the game. He wants it all back apparently, and that's why so the Korean community says that's why this investigation getting longer, and the third party they're bringing in is the Korean community is assuming a legal team to see, hey, can he actually do this to us? And that's pretty crazy. He said that on stream apparently. He said, I will be suing them for my money back. He said that. If he gets banned.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I've read the TOS. Pluribus can just ban you. If they don't want you to play the game, that's the brutal. This is the brutal truth. Okay. They can just ban you. You can't sue them. You are entitled to nothing. Like literally nothing. Everything, all the pearls and everything that you have spent on your account, they can take it away. And it is their prerogative because it's just like at a restaurant. They reserve, they have the right to reserve business to anyone. That's basically written into their TOS. Like they can ban you for anything. Yeah, I don't think that there's actually grounds for him to sue them. It's smart of them to bring in a legal team on it. But like, I also, it also is strange to me that the investigation is taking as long as it is. It's funny that he would say something like that because like, it obviously increases the chance that they're gonna ban him. Let's be honest. Like I think that dramatically increases your chances of getting banned if you threaten the company. Right? That's a little obnoxious. But like I'm a little curious as to why the investigation has basically gone on as long as it has. I understand that he's probably really upset. But like threatening to sue them before the decision has even been made is wild to me. Like that doesn't make it just does not make such a bad decision. Such a bad decision. No, I'll let you translate.
블루님께서는 이제 활용님이 고소를 하겠다는 발언을 한 게 이제 결과 나오기도 전에 고소를 하겠다는 발언이 나왔다는 거는 굉장히 좀 뭐라 해야 되지? 안 좋은 무식한 전략이라고 생각을 한대요. 왜냐면 결과가 안 나왔는데 굳이 그런 식으로 협박을 하면은 펄어비스 측에서는 더 열심히 이제 밴을 어떻게 할지 연구를 할 거고 준비를 할 거 아니에요. 협박을 했으니까 협박을 하는 스트리머한테 접진 않을 거 아니에요. 펄어비스 측에서는. 그걸 한번 접어주면 그럼 뭐가 돼? 다른 방송인들도 똑같이 하려고 할 거고.
맞지.
그래서 이거는 전략적으로 좀 실수를 한 것 같대요. 블루님 측에서는. 그거를 결과가 나오기 전에 예를 들면 배닝을 했다. 그때 이 발언을 해도 됐는데 결과 나오기 전에 이런 말을 했다는 거는 굉장히 전략적으로 안 좋았던 타이밍이었고
성급했다 활용.
예, 예. 그리고 슬픈 사실은 TOS를 읽어보면 아무리 돈을 썼다 해도 배닝은 가능해요.
This
욕설
situation
때문에
is crazy,
그냥
guys.
밴 당하면 밴 당하는 거고 돈을
The
안 갚아도
situation is
되는 건데
nuts.
당연히 PA 측에서는 혹시 모르니 법적인 팀을 언급을 하겠죠. 혹시 모르니 돈 없는 것도 아니고 퍼레비스가
그죠.
예 그래가지고 예
I'll be honest, we had the exact same thing happen with a big streamer of ours too. biggest
잠시만요. One second. I gotta.
Okay,
Someone's
yeah.
saying something in the chat. 100% 무조건 고소한다는 건 아니라고 전달 좀 해주세요. 납득할 수 없는 이유일 때 그런 생각을 해봐야 한다고 언급을 했다. Okay, so he said he didn't say hardcore. I'm going to sue them. He said if I get banned for a reason that I don't feel is reasonable, then I will sue. That's what he said.
I see. Well, yeah, I mean, like, I think that Perlibus is actually in a really bad spot here. If I'm being honest, I think that the way I investigated it and the way it looks like, as long as and they've checked out the logs and it seems that the logs are fine. It seems that he's literally the community hates him so much that they are trying to put Perlibus in a position where they have to ban him, or people are going to quit. A bunch of people are going to quit the game. Like. And that's kind of just a really bad position to be in for PA. So like, I'm not really sure what they're gonna do about this. I think that I think they delayed the decision until after the Calpheon ball, so people would stop talking about it.
Yeah,
I think that's what they did. Just like
maybe.
they're in a bad spot.
People are asking like, why are we talking about 화령? It's just because we're curious. Like we just want to get updated on the situation.
Yeah.
이 얘기가 시작된 이유는 블루님께서 이제 궁금했어요. 화령님에 대한 어떻게 돼가는지 그리고 이제 아무래도 화령님에 대한 소식은 계속 블루님한테 전달이 되고 있어요. 한국 분들 유저들이나 뭐 다른 스트리머들 때문에. 저는 화령님에 대해서 많이 모르지만 그래서 그냥 궁금성에서 나온 거지 저희가 이거에 대해서 화령님에서 안 좋게 얘기한 점도 없고 그냥 상황이 어떻게 진행이 되고 블루님이 제일 궁금했던 거는 그 조사가 왜 이렇게 연장이 되는지. 왜냐면 블루님이 봤을 때는 개인적으로 맥크링이 아니라고 살짝 그런 쪽으로 기울이는데 왜 조사가 연장이 됐는지 약간 그런 느낌에서 궁금해서 나온 얘기입니다. 네.
Is he moving to the U.S.?
They're asking.
People talking about.
Who?
I wonder what he's gonna do. I wonder what he's gonna do about the. Like, I guess he's gonna move to the company N situation.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, no, I think that PA is just in a really bad spot with it because like they're damned if they do and they're damned if they don't. Do you ban and like think about it? If he hasn't actually done anything wrong, do you ban an innocent player just because the community has pitchforks out? Right? Like
maybe.
do you
Let me ask if they do have the pitchforks still out real quick. Yeah. 그러면은 연비엄님 플러스 이제 한국 분들한테 물어보고 일단은 블루님이 걱정되는 거는 화령님이 매크링이 안 됐다고 증명이 됐는데도 아직 한국 분들이 화령님에 대한 태도가 안 좋은 건지.
Yarn, that's exactly what I said.
너무 이제 한국 측 유저분들께서 화령님을 반대하고 싫어하니까 PA 측에서 배닝을 해야 된다는 그 프레셔를 느끼고 있는 건지 그거를 궁금해하고 있어요. 아직까지 한국 유저분들의 화령님에 대한 시선.
이제 저희 한국 유저들의 커뮤니티 사이트 거기에 주된 여론으로 말씀드릴게요.
네,
이제 저희들이 왜 이렇게 불타는지에 대해 이 이슈에 대해 그게 퍼러비스가 전에 한국에 있던 매크로 사태에서 이런 공지에서 이런 언급을 했습니다. 매크로를 사용해서 이득을 취하건 말건 엄벌을 취하겠다 무조건 그런 식으로 공지를 강력하게 쓴 적이 있습니다. 과거에. 그래서 이제 그 공지글을 긁어와서
Horton here's a who, man.
게시글에 적고 그래서 활용은 이득은 보지 않았지만 결국엔 썼잖아. 퍼러비스는 그래서 정지를 때리겠다나. 근데 왜 안 해? 이런 식으로 불타고 있습니다. 저희는. 단 한 번이라도 사용했으면 정지하겠다 이렇게 못을 박았는데 이제 그걸로 이득을 취했냐 실수냐 그런 걸 다 떠나서 한 번이라도 썼다는 거가 문제된다.
Yeah,
이런
Yarn, it was
식이에요.
crazy.
Okay. So apparently in the past, so the Koreans still do have issues with Hwaryeong. Like you're assuming, like the pitchforks
Yeah.
are still out. And
Right,
the reason
yeah.
the pitchforks are the reason the pitchforks are still out, he's telling us the history is in the past, like years ago or a couple years ago, I don't know how long, but in the past, similar case, and they banned a person, and then they made a specific statement. The Korean PA said, whether you got gains or whatever through macroing, if you have touched macroing or used macroings, we will ban you. No macros allowed. That's like the
Oh,
harsh stance
God.
that they had. And after
Oh,
that
God.
statement, they're saying, why isn't Hwaryeong banned then? And that's kind of, and then also Chad is also saying his initial response was
Alright.
terrible. Hwaryeong's initial response about the whole thing was very rude and terrible, is what they're saying.
Oh, what was his initial response? Were we there for the initial response?
No, but his initial response was kind of initially was like what I do wrong, like why do I have to explain myself to you? Kind of like instead of rather, oh, this is a misunderstanding, I apologize for the misunderstanding, we'll get to the bottom. It wasn't kind of like that, is what I heard. Yeah.
I see. Yeah, no, it's just a tough situation. Do they have like we've been kind of drilling questions at them?
Yeah.
Do they have questions for either NA or EU here about the Calpheon ball or like what's going on with us, etc.?
저희가 지금 한국 측한테 질문을 엄청 했는데 그쪽에서는 이제 뭐 연애 또는 뭐 북미에 대한 질문이 있을지 궁금한 점입니다.
북미에 관한 질문.
네.
주제가 넘어갔군요. 북미에 관한 질문 몇 개 적어놨는데 혹시 제 개인적으로 궁금한 거 질문해도 될까요?
네네, 당연하죠.
네, 일단 제 방송 한번 봐주실 수 있나요?
네.
디스코드 방송.
디스코드 방송. Okay, he wants us to watch his stream, his Discord stream.
이게 약간 주제가 검은 사막의 레벨 아이템 레벨 설계가 잘못된 거.
Okay, he's saying that the item level design and system is flawed in Black Desert, so he wants to show us something.
Okay.
And he wants our opinion or NA's opinion.
지금 북미도 어둠 추종자 침소 여기 다크시커라 그러죠. 여기를 많이 도나요 현재?
네, 엄청 돌고 있어요. A lot of people are farming Dark Seekers right now. Correct.
Bro,
in NA, right? In NA.
Why is this title in English?
Everything else is that's for winning in the Asia Championship thing, I think.
I get that, but why wouldn't they put it in Korean? That's crazy to me. All right, well, regardless.
It looks cooler, I guess.
I get.
It looks cooler.
Didn't even
it's an international title. It's an international title.
I guess.
World class.
네,
Okay, so what's he doing?
혹시 화면에서 좀 이상한 점이 보이지 않으신가요? 제가 이 사냥터를 되게 많이 보는 유저인데.
Okay, he's asking us if we can notice something off about his setup.
Why is he wearing Grunil? Well, also look at his gloves. Wait, his Nestor gloves. Yeah, what is going on?
Wait,
what the?
왜
자, 이제 여기 그루닐 장비입니다. 아시다시피 두 개를 착용하면 모든 공격력 5가 늘어나요. 그리고 장갑은 이제 공헌도 50으로 대여할 수 있는 장갑인데 여기 또한 공격력이 5가 붙어 있습니다.
Okay, so he's gaining 5 AP.
No shot right
from
now.
this set, and he's farming Ukilita with this set.
There was someone in Barcode that did this today. They literally went to go get the Nestor gloves today, to do this, and I said he was crazy. So like, but he can do this. Isn't he gonna die? Isn't he worried about dying?
DP가 너무 낮아지지 않나요?
상관없습니다. 이 유물 새로 나온 유물. 여기서 방어력 40이 오르기 때문에 맞아도 죽지 않습니다.
So the new artifact gives you 40 DP, so you do not die.
자, 도는 걸 좀 보여드릴게요.
He's showing us farming with Grunil right now. Grunil head, chest, and gloves.
What?
It's so fast. 왜 이렇게 빨라?
He's faster than I am, bro. What the fuck is going on?
얘가 공격하기 전에 죽어요. 캐릭터 그 공이 너무 높아지면 이런 현상이 발생합니다. 절대 죽고 싶어도 죽을 수가 없어요.
He's saying that because your AP is so high, you will definitely kill them before they get even a chance to hit you.
It's only 5 AP though. It's gotta be
from the gloves. 잠깐, 헬멧 5, 방어구 5, 글러브 5예요? 아니면 헬멧 방어구 같이 5, 그 다음에 글러브 5예요?
헬멧 방어구 같이 해서 5입니다. 5? 세트 효과로.
오케이, 그 다음에 글러브 하면 추가 또 5.
네,
맞죠?
그리고 낮아진 방어력은 유물, 아티팩트로 보완하는 거죠.
Okay, so he's saying that you get plus 10 total, You get plus 5 AP from the helmet and chest set effect, and then the glove gives another 5. And then he said the lacking DP comes from the artifacts.
But he's wearing Grunil though. Okay, so wait. Are his helmet and chest Grunil? He's getting 5 AP from that, and then he's
Yeah,
doing
the helmet and also
Nesser.
Grunil gloves. Or what gloves? I forget.
Nesser gloves.
장갑 뭐였죠?
장갑
내세-
내세를 공원도
세트. Yeah.
the tech on. He's only got 316 AP on, bro. What is that?
I think it's hidden AP, right?
Yeah, I get that, but like,
12
dude, look how fast this dude is going, bro.
Can you open a stat window so we can see like the total APs actually rocking?
Yeah,
그
can he? Yeah,
스탯 내
can I see?
능력치 한번 볼 수 있을까요?
내는
능력치 윈도. 예.
All right, there's the stat window, boys.
Okay, 745.
750?
750. This dude
Wow,
is like
703 or
speed running
something.
Dark Seekers with Grunil and Nesser gloves at 725 AP. What is going
745
on?
with
Yeah, this is
745 with-
busted.
He legit has like 45 AP more than me while grinding. And I have the same Kutum AP basically.
잠깐만.
And he's like
이거
speed
맞아요?
running it.
이거 맞아?
그래서
Is this
당신들이
300 months
2천억 주고 산
APs?
갑옷이
Do all
최상의
classes do
대회인데
this?
의미가 없어졌다.
그러면은 딴 데서도 다 되는 거 아니에요, 이거?
Is this just
아
Striker?
근데 이게 조건이 하나 있습니다.
뭐 조건이 뭔데요?
그 소프트캡 아시죠? 소프트캡.
예.
여기 올루키타 신규 지역은 소프트캡 상한선이 1100까지 100% 적용입니다. 공격력이.
아.
그래서 또 이런 기형적인 세팅이 가능해요. 여기 이 지역에서는.
Okay, he's saying it works in Ulukita because the soft cap is 100%.
Yeah, it's probably like 1.1k AP, right? Like
Yeah.
tampons and stuff.
Yeah.
The
Right.
307 monster AP is normal if you're on Frenzy Drought, right? I think everybody has that. But
Yeah.
the 750 normal AP is absurd. Like,
아, 이거 좀 미쳤는데.
So,
이건 좀 아닌
제가-
것 같은데요.
Does he know?
제가 이 갑옷을 2천억 주고 샀는데 그런 일 끼고 있습니다.
Everybody on NA is buying out
He's
Grunil
saying
right now.
he has freaking holy crap. Wait, is that 동이에요?
유유유.
You. He has a Tet FG armor and he's forced to wear Grunils to get better effects.
I mean, it makes sense. The 40 monster they are from the artifacts make up for the almost
No,
make
no.
up for the 40 DP.
But he's saying it
missing,
shouldn't make sense. He's saying this should not be
right? Yeah,
happening.
no,
Yeah.
it
These
should not be
stats should
happening.
not
It's the
be
same thing with the
happening.
green offhand that we had in PvP,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Where green offhand
Yeah.
was the meta in
Yeah.
cap PvP. It's the same thing. It's an outdated green item having old set effects that are just too strong at this point.
아, 침소라서 이게 제일 좋은 셋 효율롭게. So he's saying in this specific spot, this is the best setting you can run for.
Holy shit. Can any class in the game do this? Or is it just like...
모든 클래스가 이게 가능한가요?
모든 클래스가 된다고는 못해요.
Okay.
하지만 대부분은 가능합니다.
He said not all, but most. So most like meta people, if you're a class that can farm this place comfortably, if you do this, you'll be farming it really fast, basically.
What does KR think the fastest class in the game is? Because we think it's Succession Witch.
For farming? For
Yeah.
farming?
At Dark Seekers.
다크시커 침소에서 가장 좋은 클래스가 누구라고 보세요? 한국 쪽에서는 북미에서는 그 전승 위치라고 생각하거든요.
저희도 전승 위치가 제일 빠르다 생각합니다.
Okay, yeah, they also agree that it's Succession Witch for this
Okay,
spot.
yeah. We love Suck Witch. Okay. Yeah, this is
Suck Witch
crazy.
broken. Nerf Suck Witch, nerf Suck Witch, please.
No,
Yes, thank you.
it's fine. Don't even look at it, bro. Awakening Witch was busted. They nerfed Awakening, and now Succession. Don't even look at it. Not even a thing.
What do you mean they
이거는
nerfed Awakening? They're buffing it next week, no?
What are you kidding me? You're literally watching
Unless,
Strike. Do not say Nerf Witch. You're watching Striker do Dark Seekers Retreat at 364 DP. It's
No, here's
speed
the
running it.
thing. Blue, here's the thing. You can do it also, but faster than him if you
Yeah.
get the Gruno set on.
Shut
You can
up!
put in the Gruno
Nobody
helmet,
needs to
Gruno
know that.
armor, put some nether gloves, and you'll be running faster than he is right now. That's the
이게
problem
문제.
here.
Okay, boys, everybody
이거
buy Bruno off the market.
그룬일이랑 내서 비싸요?
Bro, why you gotta expose
세이지도
me?
가능할까 이거? 아 근데 아티팩트 신규 아티팩트가 필요한 거죠 이거 하려면은?
네, 무조건 신규 아티팩트가 있어야 돼.
He says, but you have to have the new artifact for this to work.
Okay, and you need both new artifacts, I think, because the DR is
Yeah.
basically required.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's crazy.
그래서
What is there any other hidden f***ing tech that we don't know about, bro? Like,
뭐 있냐고 물어보네요. 이런
아.
스타일의 비밀스러운 인포 좀 나눠주세요. 거기에 방 좀 모자르다 하면 비감기 하면
비밀인데.
돼.
console's like artifacts.
Oh, Blue, I have a question because I've been off this game for a minute. for a hot minute. Did they nerf the accuracy of these mobs yet? I'm running
Yes,
evasion.
yes, they did.
Okay.
Yeah, that came through.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's much
Oh, I
better
have to
now.
finally
Like
farm it then.
20%?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. 21% or something like that.
Yeah, so I had people. You can tell them that I had a guild member that started setting this up today. He was running the same thing. And I
오늘
thought he was
북미에서
crazy.
한 명이 이러고 있었어요. 그래서 막 비꼬았대요. 블루가 너 뭐 한 짓이냐고. 왜냐면 북미는 모르고 있었다가 한 명이 알아챈 거지.
I thought
한
he was
명이 뭐
crazy.
다른 뭐 커리언 방송인이나 누구한테 배웠겠죠. 그래서 길드원이 이걸 하는데 뭐 하냐 이렇게 비꼬았는데 알고 보니까 진짜네요.
저도 이걸 며칠 전에 발견했습니다, 제가.
Yeah, he says that he found out a few days ago too. Yeah.
Does he?
Okay. 괜찮은다고 해보니까 되더라고요.
I'm curious if he. Okay, so he does not like this clearly because like he doesn't get to wear his like big boy, his big EP and armor. But like, how does he feel about like green armor being used? Like I felt like the green offhands were kind of nice. There's kind of just some like hidden tech that you could use for stuff. How does he feel about like green armor and stuff like this being sideboarded in for certain spots in the game?
How does it? Okay. 이런 식으로 약간 옛날 템이나 초록 템들이 쓸 뭐지? 그 용도가 있다는 거에 대해서 어떻게 생각하세요? 얌비얌님? 얌비얌비? Did he DC?
No, he's muted.
예.
죄송합니다.
예.
세팅의 다양성이 늘어나는 건 좋다 생각하는데
예.
지금 이 현 상황으로는 좀 뒤틀리는
좀 아니다.
세팅이잖아요.
예. So he's saying he likes the fact that you can utilize different sets more variety, but he thinks this specific set is kind of nah. It's kind of nah. This ain't it.
I can't believe.
Basically.
Did he enhance his own Grunil or did he just buy this off the market?
그린을 직접 만드신 거예요? 아니면 제작하셨어요? 아니면 사신 거예요?
수구는 구매했고요. 갑옷은 제가 만들었습니다. 한번 해보려고.
비싼가요? 조만간 비싸지겠죠?
This
이거
dude made them.
4 플러스 돌팔까지 다 하는데 100억 조금 넘게 든 것 같은데? 아니다, 200억?
100억? 100억이 원빌인가? 잠깐 그러면 9가 몇 개예요? 실버로? 공이 몇 개예요? 200억이면
10억, 100억. 몇 개지?
그러니까 지금 돈이 뭐예요? 지금 현재 템창에 보면은 한국말로 이게 몇 억이에요?
이게 25억 현재.
100억 들었다고요?
200억.
200억 들었어요?
네, 20빌리언이라네요.
20 bill. It cost him 20 bill, so it is not cheap
Okay, so it cost him 20 billion silver.
for one piece.
Okay, but
I mean, if you
How
could
much
buy it off the
trash-
market,
많은데
you go-
how much trash increase are we talking about here? How much trash per hour did he get more with
그래서
wearing
이렇게
all this?
해가지고 잡템 많이 올랐나요? 얼마 정도 올랐어요? 잡템 루팅?
제가 이거 2단계 스크롤 플러스 아그리스에서
아그리스
이거 이거 켜가지고 세팅을 맞추기 전에는 2만 개 정도.
This is Darkseeker exclusive because it has a really high AP cap.
이제 이걸 맞추고 약 1000개에서 1500개 정도 들었어요.
많이 되진 않았네.
네, 기하급수적으로 든 건데 근데 콤보적으로 보면은 이제 스킬 5개 쓸 걸 4개만 써도 죽게 됐다.
Okay. So he's saying that he used to average before matching this set, he'd average around 20k trash loot here.
Okay.
With Agris and double loot scroll.
God.
After matching this, his trash only increased by 1,000 to 5,000 per hour, but the farming is much easier because he'd have to use around 5 skills to get him up, but it's now maybe 3.5 to 4 skills to kill a pack.
It only went up by 1 to 5,000 trash an hour?
Per hour. Yeah.
Okay, everybody go
What
buy
is that
Green
margin
right now.
though? 1,000 or 5,000 more?
Yeah,
Between 1,000 to 5,000,
margin
depending
is
on how
crazy.
efficient he'd be. I'm saying,
Yeah.
I think he's saying, yeah.
Yeah, but like if he gets 5k more, that's like a 25% increase in trash loot.
That is true. That is true. Yeah.
a lot.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
Mm.
That's
Like if he
literally
averages like
nutty.
let's say 1.5 bill or something, that's like what? He's making a lot more money.
I don't understand how he's at 20k with this gear, bro. But like, all right, that's literally crazy. Oh my goodness. Okay, all right. Well, tell him thanks for the tech update. Do they have any
너무
questions?
감사해요. 꿀팁 감사해요.
Yeah. Do they have any questions? Do they have any questions for us?
그
Like,
질문 또 다른 질문 더 있나?
다른 질문.
This was one of his questions to see our opinion about how this could work.
I think that's gonna get nerfed. I think for
이거
sure they have to
이거는
nerf
무조건
that.
도핑 당할 것 같네요. 당할 것
There is no way that they don't
같아가지고.
nerf that. Like they have to nerf
Yeah.
that. The second that they find out about it, like it's doomed.
스킬풀 긴 캐릭터는 엄청난. 그쵸. 이건 세이지로 하면 좋을 것 같은데 전 이미 방어구가 너무 약해져. 저는 못 돌릴 것 같고 유물 없이는. 다른 질문 더 있나요? 북미 측한테 여쭤보고 싶었던.
그 칼페온 연애 때 이번에
The glove is a Nesser glove. You can get them by exchanging for contribution.
Guys, is there a thing called blood ritual or blood something?
There's
Not boss
altar
fan.
of blood.
Altar of blood. Yeah,
Altar
okay, yeah,
of blood.
it's altar of blood.
Mhm.
Okay. 네, 피해자단. 네, 말씀하세요.
네, 이게 전에 있다 사라진 시스템이거든. 사라진 컨텐츠.
네.
너무 재미가 없어서 없어진 컨텐츠인데 이거를 다시 펄어비스는 재출시하려고 그래요.
그쵸.
지금. 근데 혹시 과거에 사라지기 전에 북미는 이 컨텐츠를 좀 재밌게 즐겼었나요?
Okay, so you're saying they're trying to bring back the altar of thingy? I
Altar
don't
of
know
blood.
about it.
Yeah,
Apparently
the
it,
altar of blood.
it was a thing and then it disappeared.
Uh-huh.
He's saying that did NA actually enjoy that content before it
Mm.
disappeared?
I would say that we did enjoy that content, but only when there was an event because the rewards were bad, but people actually did enjoy the content. Just the rewards were
Oh.
so bad that no one ever did it.
Okay. 그래서 콘텐츠 상에서는 즐기긴 했대요 조금. 근데 보상이 너무 작아가지고 안 하게 되겠대요. 네.
Yeah. How about
저희는
Jason?
감정남만 버리고
Yes.
각성 세이지하면
Do you think
신선은 잘 될 텐데.
Did people on your server do Altar of
제대로
Blood?
포기 못해.
Did EU actually
For the
do
rewards,
Altar of Blood
yes.
outside of the events? You don't even.
For the rewards, yes, but that is usually how it goes, right? People
Yeah.
do the most efficient thing to make silver in the game.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if they enjoy it, right? Like they do it if it's worth it, and they
Yeah.
don't do it if it's not worth it.
Right.
That's at least how I feel about most people in the game are going.
Yeah.
I like that they're adding it back. I think it's good. You know, I think it's just like I hope that they dramatically improve it though. Like you can say that before a long time ago they teased a like 99 level like dungeon that you would like go through and every level would get harder, and then they scrapped it and they gave us Altar and Blood instead. I hope that they dramatically improve it because like it only had like seven levels before and it kind of got stale after a while.
Yeah. I was like, okay, so I'm talking about Throne of Liberty a little bit, not to say that it's good, but I feel like Black Desert can implement certain things that Throne of Liberty are doing correctly and make it better for BDO, because there's like it's kind of like Boston, but there's a tower thing where you get really good rewards, and it's just you do it for fun. It's actually fun. It's not just for the rewards, and then they can add in the guild raids that you're talking about, where the whole guild has to come together and fight this big ass boss, and the boss has a chance to drop best in slot gear. So every week everyone is doing it, and it's just like a really good time. And it's just like I don't know, like it's like a very small chance, but it's really good. It makes it worth it. It's the best in slot gear for a specific class, and everyone just gets on it. I feel like I don't know. It brings back the WoW memories. Of course, they're very different games, very different itch, targeting very different audiences. But I don't know. It's just there's certain things about it that I think BDO could do even better than Throne of Liberty's doing right now.
Well, I mean, like, I don't want them to necessarily copy it. We like BDO because it's its own game, but yeah, more guild content. Like Throne and Liberty is very guild reliant, from what I understand. I've only watched a couple videos on it, but it's very guild reliant. You're basically forced to interact with a guild. Oh, this is actually a good question. How do you guys feel? I'll ask EU first. So, Jason, how do you feel about forcing people to be in a guild? Versus, because they said at the ball 85% of people are in the guild, and they said they really like that because people interact with each other more when they're in a guild. So like, Jason, how do you feel about like basically forcing people into a guild, kind of like they do in like for content, kind of like they do in Throne and Liberty?
I don't know necessarily about forcing, but I do agree that like you miss out on a large portion of BDO if you're not in a guild. I feel like, right? I like from my personal experience playing it at the start without a guild, or like with only being 2 friends in a guild, and then moving to a larger guild that had more and more people into it, I started enjoying it way more, right?
네, 재밌었대요.
I don't know, do you need to incentivize it more to be in a guild if they already say like 85-90% of people are in a guild anyways, right?
Yeah,
I
you
don't
don't
think
really
they need
need
to
to
make a
incentivize.
mechanic where they force people into it, right? Because the majority already is there.
just touch on it. Throne and Liberty guild content is mainly if you want viable PvP. Because it's a numbers game. There's like hunting events, so like every 2 hours you are always interacting with people online and competing against them in certain zones.
We need chaos help soon. Our
to and,
Donka
like,
wanted support
it's got a
guilds
very
are
good balance
hurting.
where you have to interact with other people in hunting zones. And then the PvP side is if you don't have a guild, you're screwed because guildmates will come in and destroy you like 5-on-1. But yeah, they should put more hunting events. I think you touched on this before with Jay. You're asking like a grinding zone, and then every couple hours an event happens on that grinding zone, and everyone has to interact with each other, right?
Yeah.
To get that
I
specific.
like that. Yeah.
Throne and Liberty is just throwing that in our face. So every 2 to 3 hours, there's always an event in a new hunting zone. And everyone's just mass going there, and you get to interact with people all the time. And there's PvP versions and a non-PvP version, so you get to choose. You can go to maybe a different zone where it says peace mode, where you're fighting to see who gets the most trash loot there within the 20 minutes they give. Or you can go to the PvP zone
Dread
where if you
Spark,
kill
thanks
them,
for the
you take
reset
their
for
trash
5
loot. So
months,
you're, like,
man. I love
stealing
you.
their loot, basically. But yeah,
Clouds Goat, thanks, man.
I think BDO can kind of push for grind zone events. I think that'd be
That
nice.
sounds really cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
grind zone events like go to I don't know, go to Blood Wolves right now for the next 20 minutes. Whoever gets the most trash loot at Blood Wolves gets like I don't know, like X amount of good rewards or whatever.
Right.
Every like 2-3 hours, something
okay.
like that.
Yeah, so Jason, you said you like that idea, right? I'm pretty sure that most of EU's PvP scene, or just honestly everybody, are probably okay with that because like it would be in addition to like the other stuff that we had, right?
Yeah, that sounds nice. I mean,
No,
it
Blue's
sounds
not
like a
gonna
better
just,
version of the current Dawn event, right?
How
I
does
don't think the Dawn event is much liked, but yeah, that sounds like a better version of it.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, so do you like the Dawn event?
I think the majority of you dislikes it.
Really?
To be fair, though, now that
wow.
Event Monastery isn't much of a contested spot anymore, I guess it's fine, right? Because you have a different version of getting Dawns. But before, I think a lot of people disliked it. I personally never really bothered with it, to be honest.
Okay. Can you ask oh wait, can you ask him if he likes the Dawn earring, like the event, like the open world event that like rings the dinner bell and then everybody can come PvP each other for it?
The hypothetical one?
Uh-huh.
야, 야면이 이제 블루가 제안했던 이벤트 중 하나가 약간 소론 리비트랑 비슷한 개념이었긴 한데 소론 리비트 나오기 전부터 예를 들면 약간 어떤 사냥터에서 뭐 갑작스럽게 아니 뭐 3시간마다 어떤 사냥터 가면은 뭐 다운즈 귀걸이든 뭐 레어템이 떨궈지니까 빨리 오세요. 그럼 다 같이 사냥을 이제 견제하는 요런 오픈필드 이벤트 같은 거 어떻게 생각하세요? 스트롬 리버티 매력점 중 하나가 그거거든요, 지금.
그런 비슷한 게 있긴 했어요.
있었어요?
예전에 그
아르샤에서 있었어요.
Urzane, we've asked them, they hate it.
검은
Is it generally they don't like?
이름이 기억 안 나는데 이제 그 당시에는 카프라스돌이 매우 귀했을 당시에 아르샤에 랜덤으로 한 곳에 게이트가 열리면서
Partisturb, thanks so much for the Prime sub, man. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
카프라스돌을 얻을 수 있는 그런 시기였는데 이게 전 되게 취지는 좋아서 가서
They
싸우고
did not like the ball at all.
좋았는데 어느 순간 사라졌더라고요 그게.
오케이. 일단 좋은 거 같다는 거죠, 일단.
네, 좋은 거 같다.
So he's saying that there used to be an event like that in Arsha, but it disappeared, where like a gate would open, and this was back when Kaffir stones were very rare. A gate would open and mobs would keep coming out in waves, and you had a chance to keep killing them for Kaffir stones in Arsha, and other people would kill you so that they can try to farm for it too. And it disappeared. The content disappeared. Yeah.
That existed?
Wait.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
I love it. I love how.
Now.
Yeah, Jason and I are both like, wait, what? Like, what the fuck?
이거 옛날에 있었던 건가요?
Oh, we never got that.
정말 옛날에 있었는데 어느새 쥐도 새도 모르게 사라졌어요.
He said there a long time ago it was an event in Arsha, and then he said like just out of nowhere,
we never got
it. Just kind of disappeared. He said it just kind of.
Yeah, we never got that.
It just disappeared.
Yeah,
북미에서는 아예 애초에 생기지도 않았다는데요?
그래요?
네.
What the hell?
그 컨텐츠가 이번에 아르샤 무명이라고 아시나요? 그 외국에도 업데이트가 됐나요?
네, 맞아요. 됐어요. Yo, the unknown adventure update came in, right, for Arsha?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should ask him about this. How did it affect the Arsha server? I think on NA it had the exact effect that I thought. There's a lot there's less overall Arsha PvP because the players are spread out among 2 servers now. Jason, I'm not sure if you're a freak Arsha enjoyer, but like Arsha, how do you feel like the Arsha changes have kind of affected EU? Do you know?
I mean, I think it does split up people a lot. Yeah. With a lot of people grinding Darkseekers right now, I think for now it's still fine because you center a lot of people at the same spot currently.
Yeah.
The moment Darkseekers gets a little bit less hype and people spread out to different spots again, I think it's gonna be a lot more that. Right now it's still fine, right? You can go on either Arsha server and on Darkseekers and you're gonna find people to fight. But yeah, the moment Darkseekers falls off a little bit, I think it's gonna go downhill.
All Milk, they added another Arsha server. It's a little different.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So how did KR react to the Arsha changes?
한국 서버에서는 그 아르샤 무명 그거 뭐지 언노운 어벤처 업데이트 반응 어땠어요? 북민이 약간 이게 아르샤의 역효과가 됐대요. 그 좀 덜 활용했대요. 예.
오히려 뭐 크게 활성화는 되진 않았지만 부담 없이 싸울 수 있어서 나쁘진 않다. 막
오케이.
막 엄청 좋다, 엄청 나쁘다까지는 아니고 직접 싸우는 입장에서는 이제 예를 들면 다굴이라 하죠. 한 길드에서 우르르 몰려서 다굴 놓는 거 그게 줄고 서로 싸울 수 있어서 괜찮았다.
Okay. So he's saying that he's not gonna say it was amazing or terrible, but he's saying that I think it relieves some of the pressure because you can get like zerged out if like an entire guild came. So he thinks it's better because there's more opportunities for smaller fights and fair fights on Arsha. So it's kind of like neutral, but a little bit on the better side for Koreans. It kind of relieved the pressure of feeling like there's too much to lose and time wasted on Arsha versus now it's going to be more about the smaller fights.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that seems reasonable.
Yeah.
Okay. Do they have any more questions for us? I know that, like, again, we've been kind of
I
dry.
have one, that's fine.
Okay,
Okay.
Jason.
Oh, I mean, I think I know the NA sentiment, the resistance question, right? So I know the NA sentiment is probably just like the EU one.
yeah.
Remove it, please. Thank you very much. How does KR feel about it? Because if they want it removed as well, why don't we get it removed?
Wait, remove what? The what? The what?
Resistance in PvP.
Resistance, like.
How do
the
they
stat?
feel about resistances in
grapple
PvP?
resistance, knockdown resistances, like
Yeah.
the crystal
very-
resistances,
yeah.
right? Or like resist in general. Just
It's actually a
remove
good
it.
question.
한국말로
It's what
Yeah.
the EU and NA is.
Yeah.
They want it removed. Okay. 북미랑 EU는 you guys want it removed, right? You guys said?
Yeah. I mean, the majority of those
Players
people
and EU and
hate
NA,
it.
yes.
Yeah.
레지스턴스가 뭐지? 저항력인가? 그러니까 knockdown, 뭐 KD knockdown 뭐 이런 거 저항 없앴으면 좋겠대요. 북미랑 유럽에서는.
Don't time him out.
말이 저희도
Untime
나오긴
him out.
했습니다.
It was a first time message. Who the hell
저도
timed it?
없앴으면
Salt.
CC 저항, CC 저항이 없었으면 좋겠대요.
제가 잘해서 시치기를 걸었는데 운이 나빠서 못 죽인다는 건 되게 불합리해요.
Fucking
Okay.
God,
제
bro.
생각은.
Okay. So his personal opinion is he like that conversation did come up a couple times, and his personal opinion is they think they should remove it because that kind of takes away from skill. It's like he got
Yes.
like if someone loses a fight because they got unlucky with the resistances, that just takes away the fun of PvP.
Yeah.
So he thinks he wants it removed too. I don't know how everyone on Korea feels though.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm curious what his chat is kind of saying here. So like, I mean, it's very back and forth. I mean, I think that they would have to change. Succession Corsair's passive needs to be changed. Awakening Witch needs to have something like non-grab classes. If that the only resist I'm worried about are non-grab classes need a way to kind of counterplay grabs. That's really all there. That's really all there is that I'm concerned about. But I think that there's ways around that.
I mean, honestly, I would even be fine if it only gets removed for Solem and like Node or Siege, whatever, we're kept anyways because of Shy and everything, right? But just for Soul, it's such a frustrating thing because resistances make a lot of more impact in like 1v1, 2v2, 3v3 than in Node 1 Siege, right?
Yeah.
It just has more impact because
especially as a everyone's telling me that's why you shouldn't pull, but as a succession sage, it's very frustrating.
Okay.
Because there's only so much we can do as a suck sage if they have
bro,
resistances.
he sucks age. I'm the white girl on the couch. You understand me? I'm an awakening witch.
Yeah.
You understand? If they
thought you
remove
were a suck witch.
resistances, they just run at
Yeah.
me. Well, even as a suck witch, if they remove resistances, they just run at me with their hands, and there's nothing I can do to stop them from unconsensually putting hands on me.
Well, you can
Say that.
knock the crap out of them too, though, because they can't resist you either.
That's
Well,
fair,
yeah,
but
I say here,
grabs.
my friend.
Yeah, but like again, the grabs, I think it makes it like.
Oh yeah, the grabs are kind
Like,
of
yeah, they have grabs, we don't. That's not really fair.
Yeah.
So like, I think that like that needs to be adjusted for sure. But okay, do they have any? Does KR have any more questions for NAEU?
한국 측에서는 더 질문이 더 있나요? 냠냠님?
저희 채팅창에서 시청자분이 질문해 준
네.
건데
네.
이제 솔라레나 PVP 컨텐츠
네.
이제 사냥 말고 이런 PVP 컨텐츠로 은하가 벌리는 거에 대해서는 어떻게 생각하지? 별론지
너무 좋은 거
아니면은
아닐까?
진입 장벽이 낮아서 더 좋을 것 같다 생각하는지 이런 거에 대해 궁금하신가 봐요, 시청자분.
Okay. So a question came through to him through his chat. They're asking if what are your opinions on them increasing like rewards and silver rewards, their PvP content like Solaires and other PvP content?
Yes.
Because it kind of lowers the barrier of entry and it helps you actually gain
Yes.
something rather than just doing it for time, and it feels like a waste of time versus grinding.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
like
Yes.
I want to play PvP, but I should grind because I don't get money. Like,
Bro,
so what do you think?
it's not just
I preach
PvP.
it since season 1.
Yeah, they need to increase it for PvP is a big one. Everything needs to be viable in the game. If people just want to PvP 24/7, they should be allowed to do that for like 500 million silver an hour, right?
Yeah.
Like bartering should be allowed all the time. Why are there only 3 barter refreshes in a day? Like what is that? Like who cares? You know what I mean? Like there needs to be more ways to make money other than grinding. They have, the developers have it in their head that like only grinding has to make the most money and like nothing else can touch it. But like I really do feel like they should adjust not just PvP, but all like life skilling, bartering, PvP, and every other aspect of the game, so that people can just do what they want all the time, and they shouldn't have to feel like they have to go grind to be min-max efficient.
Okay.
I mean, it's just crazy that if you take PvP, like Solar for an example with rewards, right? You practice hundreds of hours for your class to get a decently high rank in Solar. You get marginally no rewards at all. While in fact, I can take myself an Awakening Guardian, press Shift Q, Shift F for 3 hours in a circle and make billions upon silver, right?
Yeah.
And if I actually like focus up for 3 hours playing Solar at like Radiant Spear, Solar Incarnate or whatever, right? With hundreds of hours of practice to even get there in the first place, I get like 2 billion at the end of a season of 2 months playing 1,000 games.
Yeah. So yeah, it should be more like the choice. Maybe you don't make as much, but you're making something. So it doesn't feel like
It's
a
not
waste of
just
time
something.
for
No.
having fun.
Not just something. It needs to be over 500 million an hour for everything in the
okay.
game. Like at least 500 million an hour for everything in the game.
그래서 블루랑 그 유럽분 제이슨님께서 하는 말은 이제 모든 컨텐츠 PVP뿐만 아니라 모든 컨텐츠가 기본적으로 시간당 500명 500명 5억인가? 아닌데 500 그다음에 06개요. 5억 맞아요? 예. 무조건 무슨 컨텐츠든 기본, 예를 들면 솔라레만 돌고 싶다? 솔라레 1시간 돌면은 5억은 벌 수 있다. 1시간 동안. 이런 식으로 했으면 좋겠대요. 그러면 이제 너무 하기 싫은데 돈을 벌 수 있는 시간이 아까워서 내가 하고 싶은 PVT를 못 한다? 이런 거 좀 줄이지 않을까. 그리고 이미 뭐 그라인딩을 정말 좋아한다. 사냥하는 거 너무 좋아해? 그럼 사냥하면 되고. 사냥은 돈이 더 걸리니까. 근데 기본적으로 모든 컨텐츠가 1시간에 5억은 벌 수 있었으면 좋겠대요.
비슷하네요, 생각이 역시.
예, 그러면 이제 선택권이 생기잖아요. 내가 제일 좋아하는 컨텐츠 통해서 돈은 조금이 벌리는구나. 5억은 벌리네, 1시간 동안.
그랬으면 좋겠네, 진짜.
Yeah. Yam agrees 100% that yeah, we should have the choice to be able to make silver through the content that we want to play. Yeah.
I mean, for the money,
질문해도 되나요?
for
Yeah. No, I completely agree.
for the money per hour for Solar, you can even make it very simple because you have a ranking system, right? So you can just make that you get more money the higher rank you are.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it just takes more practice to get there, and obviously the stakes are higher. You can't abuse the system if you don't make money at like the lowest tier, so you just run it down to get silver. That's what they were afraid
No,
of.
no,
Right?
they can
You
do it
just
like
use
that.
the
So it's
system
like-
by running it down,
Like,
and
let's
then
say your
get
lowest
it.
rank up until I guess before Radiant or before Purple, the max you can make an hour is like 500 mil an hour, which is
Yeah,
pretty
then if you
bad.
get
They
an
mean the
incarnate or something,
But then if you
PvEers.
get
When they
high
say the
regular, you can make up
hunters,
to like
I don't
a
know.
they
bill
mean
an
the
hour,
PvEers.
right? Which is still less
you do
than
have to make up for no
grinding.
loot scroll, right? Yeah, you do have to make up for the fact that you don't need loot scrolls, so it should be
True.
less than
So
grinding.
max,
That's fair. Right?
max 1 bill an hour. Let's say they're at the
Yeah,
tippy
but
top.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
If Incarnate gives a build that's more than fine, brother, I would play it for 600, 700 million per hour. I would spam it 8
Holy
hours a day.
shit. Yeah, me too. I think honestly,
Well, I mean, but you would play a lot more BDO though, I bet.
I would. Yeah, I'd be on BDO.
Isn't that
I
the
would
point?
I'd scrap Dawn and Liberty right now and just go PvP ham all day, every day.
That's what I'm saying though. Like,
Yeah. But
Silver.
isn't that what they should want? For people to not even want to play another game and just like go ham on BDO?
Right. Well, okay, so yeah, there's somebody in my chat that said, Rylock said, Silver gets outdated too fast. It should probably be better rewards that are sellable to the market to match supply and demand. I completely agree, but again, it should be a roughly equivalent to like 500 million an hour. I think that but for at the lowest 400 million an hour. Like maybe if they're losing, it's like 350, right? And like if they're winning, it's like 500. But like,
There you go. Yeah. That
like,
sounds
but
pretty
like,
balanced. And it's pretty simple. It's not hard to implement at all, though, either,
Right.
right? It's not like they're
Yeah,
making
no.
huge changes to the game to do that.
Mhm. Give them deep sea elixirs, give them like charm elixirs. I don't know, stuff that
Deep
people
Sea we
need.
do get
you know?
now for AOS.
Okay, yeah, you get
You
like
get
one
the
deep
AOS
sea an
participant
hour.
tokens. That is true. It's
But-
1 an hour.
Yeah,
I mean,
like
it's practice, so we don't know how ranked is going to be. They said ranked will be more, but the question is it going to be enough? But yeah.
Yeah.
right.
It's a
Like,
step in the right direction that we even get rewards at all, right? So
So-
that's already something.
Yeah, but
Um,
they should make it worth it. Definitely.
mhm.
I think we're all on the same page here.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do
Please,
they
please.
do they have any more questions for us here?
질문 또 있을까요 혹시?
이번엔 질문은 아닌데
네.
지금 저희 한국 서버 우리 한국 서버의 상황을 좀 알려드리고 싶어서 한 가지
오케이.
말씀드릴게요.
네.
그 장미 전쟁 아시는 로즈워?
네. War of the Roses. 네.
네,
알죠?
그게 나온지 북미 서버는 아직 업데이트가 안 됐죠?
Yeah, we didn't get War of the Roses yet, correct? I don't think we did.
No, we have, bro.
No.
We think it's canceled. We have no idea what's
Yeah, I was
going on
about
with
to
that.
say.
Can he?
I don't think we get it at all.
취소가 됐나? 요 상태예요. 왜 안 들어오지? 이러고 있어요. 예.
Is it
지금
still
한국도
happening?
똑같습니다. 상황이.
한국도 뺐다고요?
이게 최근에 저희 이제 최상위권 길드가 해체하기 전 3개 길드가 있을 당시에 이제 그 2길드가 신청을 했어요. 장미 전쟁을.
네.
그리고 이제 현 게임 상황이 마음에 들지 않는 한 길드가 보이콧을 선언해서 그 주에 장미 전쟁이 취소되었습니다. 그런 사건이 있는데 그 당시에 GM이 이제 공지도 없이 다른 길드 길마님에게 신청하지도 않는 길드 길마님에게 신청하셨는데 참여 의사가 있냐 이런 몰래 긴 말을 보내는 식으로 컨택을 하다가 걸린 사건도 있고요.
헐.
그러다가 결국에는 그 길드의 길마님이 참석을 안 한다고 하니까 약 한 달가량 아무런 공지도 없이 컨텐츠가 진행이 되지 않고 있습니다. 지금 현재 한국 서버는
오케이. 보이콧을 시작해서.
언급차가
Okay.
없어요.
So so they boycotted. You know, there's only 3 top
Yeah.
guilds
Uh-huh.
that would have even participated. Then they decided one of the guilds said, "Let's boycott this." They boycotted it, and it got canceled. And then a GM secretly DM'd another GM of a guild to participate, but they said no, we will not participate. So War of the Roses has not been happening for a month.
Those
Nothing's
a
a
That
lot.
did make its way over to you.
So-
The fact that GMs DM'd people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
they just straight up said no.
that's
No,
crazy.
because they didn't even sign up. Like they didn't
Yeah.
sign up, but then they asked them to sign up, and they said no.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and I mean, with
So-
that move, basically, like with War of the Roses not happening, like at least
Yeah.
I personally believe we will not even receive it in NA versus you, right? Because it
Yeah.
flopped in
No.
KR, so we don't
Yeah.
even get it.
So like, yeah. So effectively, what has
Confusing,
happened
wasn't it?
here
Yeah,
is we
effectively
think
it's
that we're
confusing.
not going to get it now because they boycotted it, which is
I
fine.
miss you too.
It's like whatever. But like, we got to again watch KR get this content, and then we never got to experience it. This happens all the time.
Right.
So as far as we're concerned, we actually never heard anything about whether or not it's even still being worked on. So like, does he know for sure that they're even still working on it, or is this just because we haven't heard heads or tails since they canceled it for the boycott thing?
그러면 이게 장미의 전쟁이 완전 취소된 거예요? 아니면 뭐 새로 개선을 하려고 하는 건가? 아니면 어떻게 되는 건지 혹시 알고 계시나요?
그걸 지금 현재 저희도 모르고 있습니다.
They said they have
이게
no idea what's happening because
개선해서
it's not happening.
낼지 아니면 다시 진행할지 그거에 대한 언급이 아무것도 없어요.
They said there was no mention or updates about what they're gonna do with the War of the Roses right now. It's just not happening.
Oh, I see.
They're just
Okay.
silently
Yeah,
gone
so
away.
again,
there's no
that is gone.
updates.
I'm telling you right now, that
Yeah.
content is in the ether. I have dealt with, I've been with Pearl this for a long time. When they just
진행하는지 알 텐데, 그쵸? They're not telling us.
when they go quiet on
Exactly.
things, it's gone. It's they just
Yeah,
scrap
it's silently
it.
gone.
Like,
Get dropped.
right. They just like they're done with it. So like that sucks, but I'll be honest. I don't really care all that much. I don't know about you guys, but like the War of the Roses was like kind of like it looked really cool. I would rather them scrap the idea of War of the Roses, but like make it a faction system. Make everyone in the game join a faction, and then like have like random events that pop up in the world, and whatever faction wins the event, that faction gets like a server-wide buff for a period of time. That will increase open world PvE or PvP. Some of the events could be PvE. You could run like special events around it, like like there'd be all kinds of stuff. Suggest that to him. See what he
So
says about
sorry,
that.
can you say again? Because I was looking at Yam's Discord stream. He's showing us the War of the Roses.
Okay.
And how dead
I
it is,
suggested
but
instead
again,
of War of the Roses, you scrap that idea and you have everybody join a faction, like in game. Like everybody joins a faction,
okay,
and
yeah.
then
Kinda like
random
WoW.
events will pop up in the world, and whatever faction wins that event, whether it be a PvP event, like capture a point for a certain amount of time,
Yeah.
or a PvE event, kill this many mobs on this server, because again, that's going to encourage PvP as well. Then that faction gets a drop rate buff or a life skill buff or whatever
Totally,
for a
yeah.
certain amount of time. How does he feel about something like that instead of the War of the
They should
Roses
do
that we currently have?
Definitely do that. That's what Dawn and Liberty's doing. See, BDO should learn from Dawn and Liberty. I swear. 얌얌님, 그 이제 그 장미의 전쟁 아예 버리고 그 이제 모든 사람들이 한 팩션을 선택해서 조인하고 모든 사람들이 PVP를 하는 건 어떻게 생각하세요?
그
장미 전쟁 같은 건데 블루팀, 레드팀 뭐 이렇게 정해서 거기를 합류를
팀처럼.
하고 그냥 이제
What does that
싸우는 거.
say?
완전 큰 대전.
체력전
What the
이런 거
does that say?
있었어 또 예전에?
What does
예전에
this say?
이게 만든다고 했었는데 그게
네.
바뀌고 밀려 장미 전쟁으로 탄생했습니다.
Okay, so he's saying that they mentioned something very similar to what you just said.
Uh-huh.
And then they kept saying that they're gonna do it, and then
Yeah.
it got scrapped, and then their solution was War of the Roses.
No!
They literally were gonna do what you just suggested, and then they kept going. It's coming soon, and then it got pushed, got scrapped, and then now they came with War of the Roses. War of the Roses was supposed to be the
no.
solution to your original idea.
No, they bring the faction back. Fuck this waifu hunting simulator that we have going on with War of the Roses. The factions, we want the factions. Screw the War of the Roses. Just give us the faction thing with the open world, because that brings back, that's two birds, one stone. Right?
It is,
like
yeah.
they get the open world PvP, everyone gets grind buffs, you don't have to participate if you don't want to. It's two birds, one stone. KR needs to push for this because the rest of us can't.
Yeah.
Like tell them to scrap War of the Roses and just go with the faction system that they that they were thinking about before. Like, oh my goodness.
한국 측에서 이걸 밀어달래요.
What does this say, by the way?
왜냐면 우리가 what does what say?
The thing he posted in Discord, what does this say? This notice. It's two
let's
lines
see.
of Korean text.
얼마큼의 이익이 있었는지와 상관없이 매크로 사용 자체가 부정행위고 결국 어떤 종류의 매크로 사용했는지 전부 통해 제재를 받아야 한다. 모험가분들에게 안내해 드리겠습니다. Okay, so this was the announcement about the why they're still kind of in an uproar against 활용. This was a PA statement saying it doesn't matter how much you got through the macros or how much
I
you used
see.
it or not. If you touch macros, you will be banned.
I
That was
see.
an official statement by PA.
Okay,
Yep.
so
Anyways,
War of the
but-
Roses is still in the game in KR. I assume this is the menu that he's
Technically,
showing us
yeah.
here. So
아직
it's
있는
still
거죠?
in the game.
있긴 있는 거죠? 장미 전쟁. 그 진행이 안 되는 거죠?
네, 컨텐츠 자체는 존재하고 있습니다, 이 게임에.
Inception. 오케이. So 있는데 진행이 안 되고 있다.
음.
신청자가 없으니까, 신청하신 분들이 없으니까.
아니 신청을 신청 자체가 막혀 있습니다 현재.
Oh wait, they canceled being able to apply for whatever reason.
Oh, good. I'm telling you, bro. That content is doomed. They need to go back to the faction system. We would all love that. I think the open world PvPers would love that. I think that like it's just a win-win for everyone. I would love that.
팩션으로 돌아갔으면 좋겠다네요. 브로님께서는 계속 팀이 나눠져 있고
개인적으로 그런 건 재밌을 것 같아요.
재밌을 것 같아요. He thinks it'll be fun too. The faction style.
Okay, yeah. They need to post it on Inven and get everyone to upvote it because that's the only thing that they
한국
listen
측에서
to. Right?
해달래요. 제발 인벤에 올려서 그거 좀 해달래요. 인벤 또는 뭐 공식 포럼이나 피드백 게시판.
놀랍게도
그래서,
이것 또한 했습니다.
했다고요? They did already. They
보이콧한
tried already.
길드가 입장문을 올렸어요.
Do it again. We
놀랍게도
go
했어요.
again.
다시 해달래.
Oh,
국민의
yeah.
힘이 없다고 다시 해달래.
They had. Oh, no. Okay, so he's talking about server wars. They did talk about server wars a long time ago. That was different. Where like they were gonna force every guild to be involved, and like there were always gonna be forward command posts and stuff. I think they could do a much simpler version of server wars. Honestly,
But-
it's funny because Jay stood up there and they proposed
That's a
server
good
wars,
concern.
and then like a fart in the wind, we never heard about it again. Crazy.
So the Korean consensus is also, but wouldn't NA have issues with that anyways? Because of a lag issues if that kind of content came out.
No, not for open.
For
If
all
it's
the
just
rollers?
open world, no, this is just open world faction stuff. So we're like again, the events would just pop up, and then whoever's online can run to it and try to win the event for their faction. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
And
yeah.
and then you know, the whole server gets a buff, kind of like the boss quest
이벤트식으로
buff.
열리는 거죠. 전쟁이 시작된다. 전쟁이 시작됐다. 그럼 나는 파랑 팀. 나는 빨간 팀 들어갈래 하고 그 전쟁 시작된 이벤트에서 그냥 오픈 월드 상황에서 막 싸우다가 이제 이기고 보상 받고 끝. 뭐 이런 식으로 했으면 좋겠대요. 렉 문제 없이.
재밌을 것 같아요, 확실히.
I think that's a very good idea. But the thing is, will PA do it? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the problem is we
밀어주세요.
can't get through to them. No matter what we do, we post on the forums, and PA just goes, "Heard ya," and then they never do anything about it. That's all we get. That's all we get.
Did they even give you a
Heard ya.
Herja?
Yeah, like we don't get anything. We post on the forums, and then it's nothing. So like the
It's not even a Herja. It's like
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
get to it.
exactly. So like that you need to like emphasize to them that we legitimately cannot push change. They do not listen to anything that we say or do. There is no feedback that gets through to them on our end. They only listen to the Korean player base. So like if they want that, we want that too. Please push it on Inven. Please push it on your forums and everything, because like we can't do anything about it. We feel so helpless.
제발 부탁하고 있는데요. 블루님께서 제발 한국 측에서 이거에 대한 좀 많이 푸시를 해달래요. 북미는 절대 반응이 없고 아무리 푸시를 해도 한국 분들께서 힘을 모아줘서 제발 이 콘텐츠가 나올 수 있게끔 푸시를 계속 꾸준히 열심히 해달래요.
근데 이거 좀 미안한 말씀인데
네.
그 보이콧한 길드와 아까 최근에 해체했다던 그 길드가 동일 길드입니다.
무슨 길이요?
길드 해체를 했던
So he's saying that the guild that was the most vocal and good at pushing things is the guild that recently quit the game.
그리고
really?
지금 한국 유저분들은 다들 이제 허탈한 상태죠. 포기한 상태. 어차피 말해도 안 들어주니까 그냥 내가 적자해서
그래서 다
지금
적고
한국
있어요.
상황은 다 게임을 관두고 있는 상황입니다.
But does the rest of the guild
he's saying that more and more happening faster and faster. More and more players are leaving the game in Korea. Hang on, I'm gonna ask him something. 그럼 다 어디 가요? 검사 안 하면?
글쎄요. 다들 현실 살러 가거나 다른 게임을 하러 가지 않을까요?
그러니까 어떤 게임? 게임이 없는데. 스론? TR?
아니요. 스로는 저희 나라에서 검은 사막보다 순위가 낮습니다.
그렇죠.
많이
봤어요.
낮은데 근데
TR을 해보면 진짜 매력 덩어리인데 저 첫날 했을 때 이거 만게임이다 안 했거든요. 근데 계속 밤에 생각이 나는 거야. 그래서 이틀 뒤에 다시 켰어. 못 빠져나오겠어. 이게 매력이 장난 아닌 진짜. 아무튼
그리고 로스트아크 쪽으로 많이 넘어갔어요.
로아. So a lot of people are quitting and going back to Lost Ark apparently right now.
No! Don't go back.
No, don't go back.
He said that the most vocal guild died, right? But the other two bigger guilds that still exist on Uncapped, do they not bother trying to give feedback? Did they resign like it is in most of it NAU cases?
Yeah, they're saying they're just in Korea right now.
Nobody cares.
The attitude is everyone's retiring and just kind of they gave up completely right now.
Yeah, okay, so it's the same as NAU.
Yeah,
the same
dude,
as they just gave up.
Because we gave up.
Yeah, we gave up. I love how like we are encouraged to use our forum system. Like you have to go through the forums to get anything done, and like, bro, it doesn't matter.
Don't ask how much money Korean PvP users spend on BDO.
I think the only thing from this year that EU NA managed to achieve that I would know right now is Goldsteinberg's video on the open map, close map dash abuse. That's the only thing I believe that NAU managed to push.
That is correct. And that was super dicey. That was a super dicey situation because like they warned him about it. Like that's the lengths that we have to go to. It's actually crazy that he has to literally demonstrate an exploit it live in a public YouTube video so that everyone can actually see it. And then they threaten to ban him if he does it again.
No.
And then they fix it.
I remember he was
crazy
talking
is that?
about it, how it would work with the GMs a long time. And after like 2, 3, 4 weeks where they didn't care, he was just like, okay, I'm going to make a public YouTube video. Next week it got fixed, right? He told them weeks before the video. Everybody of the CMs knew weeks before the video this was in the game and exactly how it worked. And they didn't care. He pushed the video. Next week it got fixed, right? It's the only thing we achieved as an AEU this year, I believe.
That's the only... yeah, we've had forum posts that are upvoted by over 11,000 people, and we've heard nothing. Like we had supposed like RBF buffs or like proposed changes for that, one-sided deck stuff. Like there's all kinds of forum posts that just like gone in the wind. Like no response, nothing. They literally just give us the heard ya, and then like they just move on. Like nothing happened. It's actually just crazy to me. So like. I would like, I don't know. The War of the Roses seems okay, but like, I'll be honest. I'm pumped about it. Sure, that's great, but like, I'm probably not gonna get to participate in it very much. So like, I don't really mind it very much. But a faction system would help me feel more invested in like the lore, help me feel more invested in like the storyline, all kinds of stuff. Oh, I just think it would be fun.
I mean, funny enough, we in the game lore technically have a huge ass war going on between Calpheon and Valencia since the dawn of the game, right? So
yes,
just
we
pick
do.
Calpheon or Valencia.
Yes, we do. Yeah, I mean that's what they had going before in Server Wars. They said they were going to do Calpheon versus Valencia, but then they just stopped altogether because I guess they said that it wasn't going to work. But again, I think that's what they thought when I said factions. Is they thought about Server Wars. And their Server War is like a dream. That would be amazing. But like, I think the faction system is a healthy compromise, and it fixes their open world PvP problem. It fixes the fact that nobody gives a shit about their lore. It makes a lot of players happy. You get more grind buffs. The PvEers are happy. The life skillers are happy. Everybody's happy. So like, I don't know why they don't necessarily go that way with it. We all love, like everybody loves the world buffs that we get from the boss blitzes. More of that. You know what I mean? More stuff like that, but for factions. Easy peasy.
Also, like, yeah, the winning faction gets something. And then, I don't know, like, we all love BDO. I'm trying really hard to stay on BDO. Like, I love BDO. I just want it to... We need something more. For, like, it has to really help all the different types of players to stay on the game for longer hours where we can really enjoy it. And I think the biggest one is what you, like, the PvP, whatever, all contents across the board where you can make close to but not as much as grinding, because grinding should be more rewarding because it's more painful and you're using loot scrolls and aggregates and whatnot. But yeah, let us have different options to make money for sure, and that would really keep me on the game for sure. If I could AOS for hours on end and make even half as much I would on grinding, then I'll just AOS all freaking day. And if I get a little tired on AOS, I'll go grind. And then, like, I'll just be on BDO all day again, like I used to when I fell in love with the game the first 2 months. First 3, 4 months, actually 4 months, yeah.
I think that everyone would play the game more if they just increased silver per hour for everything but grinding. They're so laser focused on grinding all the time. Like that, there's everything else in the game is in dire need of buffs, whether it be life skilling, bartering, PvP, or what have you. Like all of it is like even Imperial delivery stuff, dude. Like all of it is miserable money unless you have 2,000 mastery, which is absolutely obnoxious. And even if you have 2K mastery, you're not scraping the bottom line of somebody that's doing the higher end grind zones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, the issue is everybody only has so many hours in a day, right? And let's say you're going to work, etc., and you have like, let's give it 3 to 4 hours of playtime of BDO per day if you go to work, have other stuff in your life going on, right? If you need to decide for those 3 to 4 hours, how do you spend them? And you say, hey, I want to do PvP. So let's say there goes like an hour or something to Node War, and then you only have 2 to 3 hours left, right? If you want to have gear for uncapped Node Wars, the amount of time you need to invest in, you can say like, hey, do I go grind 2 hours to make a little bit of money to buy my buffs for Node War, play the Node War, and get a bit of more gear, or Solaire? You can't do both, right? You have to decide, do I grind for gear to play uncapped PvP content, or do I play Solaire and get nothing, right?
Right. Oh, I agree. Like I think a big solution is to just buff grinding across the board. So overall, out of 10, how does KR rate the game before and after the ball? And I'm gonna do the same thing for EU too. So Jason, get ready for that question. Out of 10, before the ball, where were they with the game, and then after the ball, how do they feel about the game?
인맨은 다 벌고 기억하는 시. 연비엄님, 이번 연회 때 전 그리고 후 평가를 하자면 연회 전에 1에서 10 평가, 검은 사막 평가, 그다음에 연회 후 10에서 1 평가 한번 주세요.
와, 이거 어떻게 말할까? 연애전 1점.
1 연회 전 1이었다고요?
1점.
Okay, it says before Calpheon Ball 1 out of 10.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. 네, 연애 후는
1.1점.
is after Calpheon Ball 1.1.
All right, improvement.
Alright, 아 그래도
It went up.
좋아졌네요. 0.1. Yeah, it went up. 뭐,
개선은
0.1.
됐으니까.
0.1. Okay. Interesting.
W.
Wow.
Jay's like improvement. Like
Yeah. At least it wasn't a minus. It could have gone really bad, honestly. It could. The sad thing is, as much as we didn't like it, we know that it could have been much worse, right? The way that PA has been handling things in the last 4 months I've been playing this game and what I've heard. Yeah.
Okay, and Jason, how do you feel? Before and
I'm
after.
gonna say, for non-PvP player, I would say game before was like 6, 7, and afterwards maybe like 7 or 8, right? Some nice quality of life improvements.
Okay.
As a PvP player, because Node War Siege is just a huge downgrade. Probably, right? We don't know, but probably, assuming it's gonna be done in the way that we think it will, I would say as a PvP player it was like a 4 to 5, and now it's like 3.
Oh yeah, as a PvP player, yeah.
If your main focus is PvP, right?
Yeah.
As a non-PvP player, I think it's like 6 to 7 and 7 to 8 now afterwards, because there's some nice quality of life things.
Okay, and I think my thoughts on it. Obviously, I don't speak for all of NA, but my personal thoughts on it before the ball, I was at about a 3 out of 10 in terms of like faith in Pearlibus for listening or just improving the game in the direction that I really want to, like that I really wanted to go. I will say that after the ball, I would say for PvP specifically, it went down. It's like 1 out of 10. But for everything else, I would say it went up. I would say 4 out of 10, 5 out of 10, somewhere in there. Because the ball was pretty good. Yeah,
okay.
The ball was pretty good. Again, the PvP for the ball was like 2 out of 10, and then the rest of it I felt like it was more like a 7 out of 10 changes. You know what I mean?
That's
pretty good.
Okay. 그래서 북미 측에서 EU 측에서는 PVE 상황에서는 한 6에서 7, 연애 후는 7에서 8. PVP 유저들한테는 유럽에서는 4에서 5인데 이제는 3. 연애 후는 3. 그리고 이제 블루에서는 이제 PV 유저 비슷하고 전과 후는 PV 유저한테는 좀 좋아졌고 살짝. PVP 측에서는 완전 하락. 대신 전체적으로는 PVP를 합쳤을 때 살짝 올랐다. 연애 후 살짝 아주 살짝 한 1점. 1점으로. 그래서 뭐 4였으면은 3이었으면 4로 올라갔다. 이런 식으로. 예. 그렇게 말씀하시네요, 블루님께서. Yeah, I've conveyed that part. Yes.
Wait, Blue, you mentioned two different things so now, right? You asked for the rating over the game, and you said your
Well,
faith
the game,
in PA
yeah, but like
to listen, right?
Well, it kind of counts.
That's both. I
It's a
think
different
that's
thing,
both.
Right? My faith in PA to listen is probably a 1, right? But
Yeah,
the
but if
game
I
itself
combine it with the
isn't
rest of the
horrible, right?
game, it brought it up to a 3 on average.
Okay,
like-
that's fair.
Like I think that 0 out of 10. My faith in their ability to listen to us is like 0 out of 10.
Exactly.
If I thought for any reason that there was a developer ever watching my stream, I would be like, help! Listen! You know what I mean? Like they just don't. They don't ever listen to anything NA or EU. I feel like, or any of the other region. God forbid console ever has to say about anything. So like, I don't know. Like I feel helpless, and I feel like I'm watching the KR scene. I'm happy that they're complaining. I genuinely I am happy that they're upset, because the only time the rest of us ever get things are when they're upset. That's how I feel. Like that's just straight up how I feel.
Yeah.
That's
You
true.
can say that to him.
I mean, to be fair, right until now we could cope with KR at least getting hurt, but right now we can't even cope with that, right?
Yeah. 그 전체적으로 이제 한국 분들도 불만이 많다는 게 좋다고 생각한대요. 그래야 피해가 좀 이제 좀 더 유심히 할 것 같은데, 지금 상황으로는 저희가 플레이어 한국 유저분들이 원하는 식으로는 안 가지만 어쨌든 변화 시작이 됐으니까 그나마 좋은 점 하나는 변화 시작됐다. 요거
기대를
땡.
걸어볼 만하다.
기대까지는 아니래요. 근데
기대까지
So, yeah. So the one good thing is they're trying to change. Problem is they didn't start with changing the right stuff.
Yep.
But yeah.
Well,
At
I mean,
least they're trying to change.
Oh,
KR people
yeah.
believe that,
I'm curious
that
how
they're
they.
trying to change.
Yeah,
Let me
I,
ask.
the gunslinger
yeah.
class. Do they give a shit? Did they give a shit about? I didn't care. Jay was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna change, and to show you I'm gonna change, I'm gonna show you a gunslinger class." Like, dude, we wanted a tiger like outfit for Berserker. Like, let us change into different animals and stuff in town. Let us have different mounts and stuff. Bro, the gunslinger class is a joke. I don't know. I just don't care about it.
You can transform animals in TL. Just saying. Okay. I'll stop. Stop. I'll shut up. Blue's face was like, shut the fuck up about TL. 한국 측에서는 그 제이님과 퍼러비스 측에서 변화가 생기고 있다고 느껴지세요? 믿음이 좀 신뢰가 가요?
아니요.
He says no.
놀랍게도 이거도
이거는-
아까 말한 것처럼 저번 연애에도 변하겠습니다. 한 몇 년 전에도 편지로 변하겠습니다. 이미 말한 전과가 있습니다. 이 친구는.
Okay, so he's saying that they've done the same thing, exact same thing before, promising change. Same thing, Calpheon balls, even a letter, apologies, everything. This is not his first time, not his first rodeo of saying the exact same things. So right now, as of now, Korea still has no faith. Well, he has no faith. Sorry, not Korea.
Yes, I
Yambian has no faith.
hate that I get excited when
Hello,
KR is upset.
buddy. Yeah.
I get genuinely excited when KR is upset, because I'm like, oh baby,
Something's gonna happen.
we're
Holy shit.
actually gonna get some changes. You know what I mean? Like, because like the rest of us are all upset, you know, about stuff. But like, I will say that like I definitely felt better about the ball. I love the new class. I wish it was male. I think the quality of life changes are incredible for the game. I think that it does, especially like combining all the items and making things simpler. I think that dramatically helps new players get acquainted with the game. Also, giving them a free dream horse was just an objective W. So I think that helps like hook in new players and keep them longer, which is really good. Those are big W changes overall. That's part of the reason that I really like the ball. And then again, I like the class as well. PvP changes were not the best though. So like, and again, I am not convinced based on how they're changing Siege and Node Wars. That like Jay says the rest of the world is also struggling with PvP. But like, I don't have confidence that he's actually looking at the rest of the world.
I don't know
I
where he
genuinely
pulled those
do
stats
not
from.
think-
He said that they did their research. The company did the research. This is word for word. I was translating it at the time. He said we've decided on coming through with these node war changes because we believe from our research that it's not only Korea and that the rest of the world has been having similar issues with node wars. And when I heard that, I was like, hang on, what research is this?
Yeah, like I don't.
You can literally just tune into any war
streamer, yeah.
sieging NA or EU streamer and realize they're having a lot of fun.
Yeah. They make no effort to contact or interact with any of the NA, EU, or God forbid console or any of the other content creators in there, which is like one thing. They make no interactions on Reddit, no Twitter. They don't even, Pluribus doesn't even have a Twitter. There's the Black Desert Twitter, but they don't interact with anyone. So like it's like that.
Well, Twitter's not big in Korea. That's the problem.
Okay, well, like
Twitter in Korea.
You cannot tell me Twitter is not big in Korea when it has like fucking 1 billion users worldwide. But like, also,
no, it's really not though. Just saying.
Even still, but like they're only going to Inven. Why in the hell are they going to Inven? Like, they won't let us have our own forums. They don't give a shit what we have to say off of our forums, and our forums are censored. Bro, if you post on our forums and say that you want Jay removed from office, bro, you're gonna get the FBI is gonna raid your house. Like, ain't no way. Like, so like our forums go nowhere. At least they have Inven, which is a platform that they can talk to or like talk to the developers on, and like they actually look at it. But like, I don't even feel like they listen to our talk. Like they had to have seen it. There's no shot that they didn't see it. But like. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, they talked about the gunslinger class, and then they talked about, like the outfits. They were like, we're going to improve our outfits. And then they showed some teaser outfits, and then we get to the Calpheon ball, and the outfit looks like ass.
Yeah.
Like, what is that? I'm driving me nuts.
I think what I'm curious about is kind of like, where does it get lost? Does it get lost in the translation part from our feedback to KR? Or do they get it properly translated to KR, and then there's people in the PA headquarter office getting KR translated feedback from NA and EU, and they're like, okay, but I didn't ask.
Yeah. I think...
Like, do they get it, or do they just not even get it translated right? What's happening?
Yeah, I don't know. Do they have any parting questions?
Is it a translation issue, or...
Yeah, I mean, like,
I don't think it's a translation issue.
I think it's just a straight up. They think that KR is an accurate representation with what every other server is looking at. They're not managing them as like individual servers. They're just like, oh, if it's struggling in KR, it must be struggling everywhere, right?
I feel like this is really like. I feel like they don't really give enough control to the NA side from
especially since
PA.
We are the majority of their market share.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest,
they should give more control for how NA can run things on the NA side, you know? Kind of like how, funny, you know Samsung, right? The biggest company in Korea. I heard, because I used to know some people.
Amabaka just subscribed.
Amabaka, thank you so much.
To KR Samsung. Like, we know how the NA market works, so let us do our own thing. And they don't listen to the head branch of Korea, even though it's a Korean company. You know what I mean? And maybe not to that extreme extent, but I think PA should try to, you know, it's a business model either way, right? So, I don't know.
Yeah. Do they have any other questions for us?
I don't know where
it's frustrating when everybody says it's all about the money, right? And then you look at where the money's come from, and it's like, what is it, 60-65% from NAEU? And
wow.
So it's not all about the money, right?
Yeah.
Because if it was, then they would listen to us.
I think they still don't understand how different it is between 얌얌님도 듣고 있네. 그러니까 프로비스에서 이제 한국 유저분들이랑 북미랑 EU 서버가 얼마나 다른지를 아직도 계산이 안 되는 것 같아요.
그게 왜 그런지 저는 정확히 알고 이번에 확실히
He says he knows exactly why PA is struggling to understand that KR is very different from NA and EU.
Yeah.
왜요? 말씀해 주세요.
문제는 검은 사막을 하지 않기 때문에 하지도 않고 제대로 플레이를 해보지도 않았기 때문에 지금 이 모든 문제점이 생겼다고 저는 확신했습니다. 이번 연애 이후로.
Okay, so he says that he's 100% convinced that Jay has never touched the game or plays the game at all. And a lot of the developers probably the same thing, which is why all these issues are coming to be.
Oh, yeah, no. Every time in NA, we're
as head developer, you should try to make time to spend time on the game that you're the head of, right? because I know Blizzard employees do that a lot. I don't know if it's required, but even Riot employees too, they play the game a lot. So I think that's a big issue actually, the fact that the developers and the head developer isn't spending time on their own game.
Souls
actually trying to play
92.
it.
Thanks for the gifted sub, buddy. I really appreciate that. Thank
So
you,
you're
thank
still
you.
muted. Are you talking your chat?
Yeah, no, I was talking about chat for a
Okay,
second.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that like okay, repeat that last bit one more time. Oh yeah, no, you said it talking about playing the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
In NA and EU, we just look at each other every time they're like, yo, do the developers play their game? And we're just like,
Probably not.
playtest? There's no playtesting. They're not playing the game. They're looking at they're looking at like the numbers, the analytics. They're not trying to get down and dirty and play the game. I think our GM team plays the game more than our developers probably do.
They do. Yeah.
Like
yeah.
just
I was
flat
about to
out.
say NAEU GMs play it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Our
Yeah, no, they
GMs
play it a lot.
The NA
Yeah.
We have a lot
GMs,
of time.
NA, EU, so the Korean people, when they saw me interacting with GMs, they're like, "What the hell?
Mhm.
GMs talk to you in the game?" Like, yeah. What do you mean? Wait, you're playing Yar with the GM? I was like, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
They'll send you to
like,
prison if you lose.
bro.
They do like little fun games and they come mess with you, and they were so surprised.
Enclave comes into my chat and goes, Blue, I'm still grinding Dark Seekers. I'm like, dude, you literally work for Pearl Abyss 9
hate you,
hours a
Aldo.
day.
Shut up.
9 hours a day, all day. This dude works a 9 to 5 at Pearl Abyss, then comes home and says, I need to grind. Okay, like they are playing the game. Like the developers, I don't feel like they're so busy trying to fix the game and look at the analytics and the charts and the graphs that they kind of get lost in it all. And I feel like they've kind of they've lost themselves in it.
Yeah, they lost the touch of the game itself in the statistics. 숫자를 너무 보고 연구만 하는 거지 게임을 터치를 아예 안 하니까 그게 문제라고 생각합니다.
Yeah.
예, 연구만 하지 딴 거는 아예 안 함.
Say what though, they have a really
게임에
cute.
시간을 투자도 안 하고
음.
다른 회사들은 그렇게 하거든요. 라이엇이나 다른 회사들 직원들이 게임을 직접 해요.
네.
그리고 북미 운영진들도 저희랑 같이 게임하는 거 몇 번 보셨잖아요. 예, 심심해서 와서 야르치고 그런 게 약간 한국 측에서도 좀 많았으면 좋겠네요.
I'll tell you what though, they have a really cute CM in KR.
Who?
I have no idea who it is, but Hugh has the hookup.
Okay.
Hugh met her. That being said, there's somebody that mentioned the Grand Prix and Yar.
The horse.
I love how everyone's
Yeah,
like
okay.
Layla. My entire chat knows who it is. Layla. They all
Of course they
know.
do.
They all know.
한국 CM 중에서 미인이 계신다고 들었는데 방금?
네, 아름다우시죠.
누구예요?
맞습니다.
레아님 맞아요? 레아?
레아나님,
네, 레아나님이라고.
레이나.
레이나님 맞아요? 레이나? 미인이에요? Okay, yeah, he's saying it is 레이나님. Yeah.
Oh my god. All right, we didn't
was
have to
getting the note
translate that. Jesus. Now I look like
I'm gonna translate everything, bro. You look like a creep. Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I do. It was somebody in
You
chat
hitting on a
that said
CM,
it.
bro? You hitting on a CM?
Why would
huh?
you tell
Huh?
him that? Now the entire Korean server thinks I'm a freak.
Yeah.
I literally am just reading chat.
Yeah, blue single, and you know.
No.
he's trying to hit up the CM.
I'm
later.
literally just
You're not-
reading chat. It's not my fault.
You're not single? Wait, you're
They're
not single?
degenerates. I am.
You're single.
Alright. Why you gotta do
Yeah.
me like this? I'm maidenless. Stop rubbing it in.
What do you mean? I'm single too. We're in it together, brother.
Shut up. People asked about Yar and the Grand Prix. Okay, so they had the Grand Prix change. Is anyone in KR actually playing the Grand Prix?
Oh yeah, I've seen people play it. Is that the horse racing thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a lot of streamers playing it. It looked really fun. I was kind of jealous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've done it this week for the first time for the horse month, and
Yeah.
I actually had a good time, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it looks fun. It
It's
looks really
actually fun.
fun. It
Really?
actually looks really
It
fun.
gets repetitive,
Oh,
I
no
assume,
shit.
right? But if you do it like 3 races per week for the horse months, it's
Okay.
fine, right?
Is
You do it
KR
3 times per week, it's like 20 minutes, not even.
Okay, so NA and EU were using it a lot. I know that J-Kun and Blonde Bear were definitely doing it too. So like, is KR using it a lot more now too?
한국 서버에서 그랑피 많이 하고 있나요? 많이 하는 것 같던데.
어떤 거요? 못 들었어요.
그랑프리.
금음달그랑피
예.
저희 억지로 하고 있죠, 저희.
억지로? 왜요?
네,
보상?
그 보상 때문에.
Okay, so they're kind of forced to do it for the rewards. He's saying.
Okay, yeah, same. Okay, what do they think about trading being removed from the game after they worked on it for 9 months? They work on a trading rework for 9 months, and then they remove trading from the game.
Yeah.
To ask him what he
지금
thinks.
9개월 동안 그 무역을 엄청 노력을 하고 바꾸려 하다가 갑자기 뺀다고 했을 때 어떻게 생각하세요? 무역 아예 뺀다는.
그거를 그 최근에 저희 한국에서 무역을 좋아하는 유저분께서
네,
정말 장문의 건의라고 그래야 되지, 무역 개선점
네,
그거를 문의를 보내서 답변까지 받았습니다. 근데
네,
어제 연애로 갑자기 삭제가 됐잖아요, 무역이.
네, 네.
그것 때문에 무역하시던 분들은 많이 실망하고 계십니다, 지금.
So you're saying that a lot of people,
정말
so like someone even like so like did like a not almost a petition but like had a very voiced opinion about it and then they got rid of it, so a lot of the people that were very into trading are very, very disappointed that they're putting that on hold right now, obviously, because there's a lot of people that were invested into trading.
I can't believe that they spent 9 months, all of that time,
Exactly.
development effort, all of it was wasted, and they just remove it. Bro, like, what are they? In fairness, it was in fact garbage. It is garbage. So like, but
Trading?
like
Yeah.
again, I think it wasn't that the system was necessarily garbage. The system was kind of garbage. But like, if they had just made it a reasonable silver per hour, it probably would have been okay.
Yeah, but it's
저기 혹시
네,
이번에 나온 신캐리
네.
영상을 하나 제가 시청자분에게 받았는데 이거 잠깐 보여드려도 될까요?
Okay. Yeah, there's up here apparently like an edited trailer that he got about the new class. He wants to share with us. You mind?
Oh, okay, yeah, no. But there's an edited trailer. Oh, poggers.
자, 여기가 이제 메디아성, 이제 점령전, 공성전하는 메디아성입니다. 이제 신캐릭 스킬을 사용하면은 엄청난 짓을 할 수가 있어요, 이번에.
What?
Okay. All right. Sieging Medea just got way easier, boys. There we go.
What is
We
this?
thought this through. This looks good. Yeah. That looks good.
What?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that's Medea Castle.
What?
He just floated straight up the side of the wall and straight into the
No
castle
shot.
in iframe, in permanent iframe. He just straight over the side of the castle, dude. Guys,
Wait, am I the one?
we made
echoing?
castle sieges way better. We made it
Wait,
easier
echoing?
on the
Okay.
defenders to spawn town. Amazing.
This is Global Labs probably, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Looking good.
뭐야 이거?
Bro, it looks like it looks like she's literally in V. She's just Ving up.
Yeah.
Like that's what it looks like. It's just V with a better animation. She's just going upwards. Watch. Look at that.
이거 너무 사기인데?
Bro, it's crazy. What's the cooldown on that? Oh, thank God. It's some long shit,
Dude,
like
I'm
15
so sad
seconds.
that it's a female class. I would have mained that class if it was main. Because
thank
it's got
God.
like kind of like earth element vibes too, like the spikes and stuff.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. She climbing up that as Archer's ass like it ain't not like there's no tomorrow, bro. That's insane. Okay, so we'll wrap it up here in a second. Does he have any more questions for us? Jason, you have any more questions?
질문 더 있나요? 이거 마무리 짓기 전에 질문 더 있는지 한번 여쭤봅니다.
아, 이거 한 가지 궁금한 점 마지막으로 질문 드릴게요.
네. He has one last question.
Okay.
That say he was curious about.
북미도 그렇고 EU도 그렇고 유럽 서버도 그렇고 궁금한 건데 그쪽 서버는 PVP를 즐기는 유저가 몇 퍼센트 된다고 생각하시는지 그게 정말
퍼센트로 따지면
궁금하거든요.
적긴 한데 훨씬 높긴 하겠죠. Okay. He's curious about Europe and NA servers. Percentage-wise, how many people are actually like enjoying PvP? I think it's hard to say percentage-wise, but definitely way more than Korea, and definitely enough to keep it alive.
Well, I think the percentage actually might be a lot more similar than you might think, but there's a lot more NAEU players.
Okay.
So like I think that like AOS wise, I think we had like, gosh, how many AOS people did we have on our server? Like we had like 4,000 or 5,000, because you could be ranked in like the 4,000s or something. For AOS. So like there's at least that many people interested. There's a ton of people doing there's 5k. Okay, so there's people doing about 5,000 people on AOS on our server. I would say that's probably the metric that I would look at. Champion Jason, do you happen to know, like, kind of how many people were participating in AOS on EU?
일단 조님이 말씀하신 거는 아마 그 비율적으로 퍼센티지적으로는 한국이랑 비슷할 것 같은데 플레이어 베이스가 훨씬 크기 때문에 예를 들면 뭐 10%라면 한국 유저의 10%랑 미국 유저의 10%랑 완전 차이가 크기 때문에 이게 가능하다고 생각한다고 하네요.
그렇구나.
네. 예를 들면 뭐 북미에서 뭐 한국
잡았다.
서버 뭐 3,000명, 뭐 5,000명 중에 10%면은 북미는 뭐 10,000명, 20,000명의 10%뭐 이런 식으로
It's
PVP를
probably
지금
around.
그래서 퍼센티지는 비슷할 것 같다고 추측을 한다고 해요, 브루님이.
퍼센트는 비슷하다.
It's probably
네,
around
비슷할
10%.
것 같아요.
It's probably around
Yeah,
10%
that's
of the
exactly what I
player
said.
base.
As an example, if it's 10% and let's say there's like 3,000 players in KR, 10% of that
Yeah.
versus like maybe I don't know 10,000 to 15, 20,000 in NA,
Mhm.
10% of that is PvP.
Right.
So yeah.
Right. So yeah, like I think there's probably more in NA and EU that are interested in PvP overall. But like I'd say the 10% is probably pretty close to where we, or at least where NA sits. I would say EU probably sits pretty close to that number. Jason, if you disagree, chime in there.
No, it seems fine. I guess I don't think it was that many actively playing Solar, right? If you play one match and you rank 5,000, that doesn't mean that 5,000 people played because they wanted PvP. There was rewards, weeklies, and stuff as well, right?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say there was 5k people actually playing AOS. Like the active
right. There's just
AOS
people
player
that-
base, I would have ranked more like 500 maybe.
Yeah, right.
But that's
Right.
also because there was no rewards, right? So
Right.
with more rewards, I think it's gonna massively increase.
Okay.
But yeah, there's I would say like 10% maybe for like Node Wars, Siege, AOS altogether PvP is
Mhm.
reasonable.
Okay, so there was one more question I saw in his chat. They asked about the T10 horse balance between the three horses. I think that the Dine, the running on water, they've gimped it so hard that like at least my opinion is they've gimped the Dine so hard that like it's basically useless compared to the Pegasus, which can actually just fly, like legitimately fly. It's just way better. The Doom has its uses. Yeah, you can summon horses for your friends. It's got the extra instant excel, so that's pretty cool. But I think the Dine is way behind. Like they need to seriously buff the Dine's functionality. Like running on water is not OP. I don't know why they don't just give it like a full minute or two of just water walking. But that's my opinion.
또 디네 그 말 T10 말에 관해서 질문을 답장을 하자면 디네는 너무 너핑이 당했다고 싶대요. 왜냐면은 뭐 페기스스나 둠 티어 10은 아직 너무 잘 돼 있는데 디네가 이제 물에서 걷는다는 게 그렇게 큰 문제도 아닌데 그거를 너프했다는 거는 좀 너무 심하다고 생각한다고 하네요. 예. Gotcha.
Okay. All right. And I think that's probably going to bring it to a close for the United Nations for this month. Absolutely spectacular. If you could please thank him and all the Korean basically server that came out to participate in it. I want to thank all the EU and NA and console and everybody that contributes in all the chats and everything so that we can get like an honest opinion of what the community kind of like feels about the game at this point. I really do like the fact that we got together right after the ball, like you know, I wanted to, and then he pushed for it really hard, which I liked. And we made it happen. So like, I'm hoping to try to do this maybe like once a month. So maybe like we reconvene next month and try to get that going again. So I would try to kind of convey that to him. But tell him thank you so much for coming on again. We hope to have him and hopefully another KR representative in the future. I did try to message a couple KR streamers. It's tougher for me though, and they couldn't make it today. Thank you so much, Jason. You're a hero for coming on such short notice. I really appreciate it. Make sure we give the shout out to @ChampionJason. There he is. That's my boy right there. That was the EU representative.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, no, I really appreciated you coming on. I know it was really short notice and you made it work, and it's kind of an awkward time for you because it's like really early in the morning. So I really do appreciate you coming on and like supporting this kind of stuff, because I do feel it's very important to the community to get together and talk like this and get like a general feel for how all of the servers are feeling, because let's be honest, the developers have no idea. So yeah,
should
if you
I
could
translate now?
Yeah, go ahead.
그래서 얀미안님한테 일단 너무 감사하대요. 블루님이 이렇게 또 이제 안 그래도 연애 끝나고 하고 싶었는데 얀미안님이 먼저 하자고 해서 너무 감사드리고요. 얀미안님뿐만 아니라 이제 같이 합류해주신 너무 한국 유저들, 한국 시청자분들한테 너무 감사하다고 전해달라고 했고요. 앞으로도 이제 이번 달 거는 마무리 잘 된 것 같고 다음 달에 한 번 더 했으면 좋겠대요. 이제 한 달에 한 번씩
좋습니다.
정도. 예, 그리고 이제 디스코드 통해서도 하는 거니까 얀미안님이 나중에 또 다른 플랫폼을 가더라도 디스코드를 한 다음에 그쪽으로 홍보도 되지 않을까? 약간 뭐 알려줄 수도 있고 해가지고 예, 앞으로는 계속 갔으면 좋겠네요. 예, 너무
알겠습니다.
감사합니다, 여러분. 네, thank you so much. I'd like to also thank especially to Blue and Yambiam and Jason for hosting this awesome thing. I'm learning a
Yeah,
lot.
no. Bro,
I'm just
thank
sitting
you
here
so
learning
much
while I'm
for translating.
I'm
Yeah,
doing- no,
you are an
it's fun.
amazing translator, bro. So honestly,
Yeah.
thank God that you're able to stream this because otherwise I'd have to pay you. I mean, this is
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, all good.
It's phenomenal translating stuff
Yeah.
going on here. So
Anytime.
yeah, I'll give a shout out
Happy
for
to be here, brother.
yeah,
Yes, sir, thank you.
There he goes.
All right. Well, I'm gonna try to enjoy. I'm gonna see if I can farm. Yo, did you get your boots, Blue? Just real quick. Did you get your
No,
boots?
I'm
already?
at like 20 embers, bro. I'm working
Shit,
on it,
okay.
dude. I'm working.
Okay.
I'm getting
Oh.
there.
Oh, Jason. Yeah, I was gonna follow you. I was gonna look you up. Thank you. Let me follow you back. Thank you, Jason. Champion
Yeah.
Jason. That's a sick
I
name.
appreciate the
This-
work, man. Thank you.
I
So
will
much.
say-
Damn it! I should have named myself like Champion Justin or something, dude. That's
You
just
should- Ooh, you should tell
I hate my name. Yeah. What's up?
This is going to be up on my YouTube in a few hours. I know
Okay.
Notes in the chat. He'll probably put it up in a few hours or so.
Okay.
Like KR should, if possible, try to post it on
Yeah.
Invent and like do their thing.
Okay.
Like they did last time.
이거는 항상 우리 브루님의 유튜브에 올라가거든요. Thanks for attention. You're welcome, Bourbon Crow. Thank you. Thank you for the follow. This will be on Blue's channel. Why am I saying English? 이게 블루님의 유튜브 채널에 올라갈 거거든요. 바로 이 세그멘트가. 그래서 이제 한국 분들도 이거를 약간 인벤에 올려줄 수 있으면 감사하겠대요. 네.
He has one more video to
링크든
share.
뭐든. 네.
They said he has one more video to share.
Really? 또 영상 공유할 거 있나요? 얌얌님?
아까 그 영상 마지막으로 하나 제보 받은 거 이거 보고 마무리하실까요?
네네네. He says he'll send another video and he said let's close out after this then. Yeah. He wants to share it with us. 같이 봅시다. 같이 볼게요. 네.
네,
뭐야.
이걸 마지막으로 신캐릭 재밌게
No way he
즐기십시오,
makes
여러분들.
that. No way.
Oh, this looks balanced. Yeah, this is fine.
Yeah.
They played this.
Nice.
Yeah, they played
She got
tested this.
Earth
It's
skills.
fine.
I've been praying for Earth
Yeah.
skills in any MMO.
They
It has
play
to be a
tested this.
female.
It's totally fine. It looks good.
Ah,
Why
I
go
want Earth
into the
skills.
throne room when you don't have to?
신캐릭 재밌게 즐기십시오.
이거 너핑 되겠죠? They have to nerf this. They have to.
I don't know. Lon
They're gonna
exists.
nerf
I think that players found out
they should
about it
nerf
in
height.
less than 5 hours.
Yeah.
Less
they're
than
gonna-
fine. Well, I
Shows
think
you
they're
that there's
fine
no
with it.
testing, right?
Well, I
Yeah,
think
I
that they're
mean, they're
probably
gonna
fine
nerf-
with this. No, I think they're
They're
probably
gonna
fine with
nerf
it.
the height. You think they're fine with it?
No, I think they're good with it. Lon exists. Lon can do this
Oh,
too.
that's true. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's
Like
true.
I think they're
Yeah.
fine with this. I think they're totally fine
Okay.
with something like this. And like I think it's fine to implement something like this. It looks really busted though, so I don't. It's gonna change the metagame for like Castle Siege and stuff, which I find fun. But I don't think it. I don't think it needs to be nerfed. I think that's premature. But like that looks pretty sick.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
it does.
You can go up and down like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's going to be a wrap for the podcast this time. We will get together next month and talk about everything again.
Yeah.
So, again, thank you so much. I assume you already thanked him and everything. Everybody's good?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, thank you
right
so
on.
much. I'll
All
catch
right,
you
thank
guys
you.
soon. All right. Love you guys. Love you,
All right,
Blue.
love you guys.
Love you, MBM 사랑해요. Love you, Jason. Peace out, guys.
Later.
Thank
Later.
you.
The heck was that, dude? Why was he doing that, bro?